And now we go live to Emery High School and the voice of the Spartans, Jordan Buscarini, inside the Sutherland's broadcast booth for today's game.
Welcome back to Emery High School Baseball. It's here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson as our journey in the 3A State Championship Tournament continues. And Travis, we are back here at Utah Valley University at UCCU Ballpark, a third meeting of the season between Emery and Canyon View. A lot riding on the line, an opportunity to get one step closer to that state championship game. If you get a win here today, you're going to get some depleted pitching tomorrow. It's a huge one. Biggest game of the year, hands down.
Yeah, tonight you put yourself in a good spot if you can come out, get a win in this game. Like you said, with everybody's pitching being a little bit down, you put yourself in a nice spot to get to championship Saturday.
It has been the Region 12 state tournament. No lie about that. When you take a look at the region in itself, we know how powerful it is. We know how good it is. But the final four teams that have yet to suffer a loss in the 3A state tournament, they all hail from Region 12. And now we're down to three teams as Juab just defeated Richfield in a game that ran a little bit late. That's why we're just barely getting on the air right now. Still about 15 minutes away from the first pitch. But Juab has advanced in the bottom half of the bracket. They knocked off Richfield. So here we go. We'll see what Emery can do. A win here, and you play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. A loss, and you will fall into an elimination game tomorrow against Morgan, the same team that Emery beat last night because Morgan defeated North St. Pete.
Yeah, put yourself in a spot where you get a late night, and then if you lose that game, it's a quick turnaround, 1 o'clock tomorrow like you talked about. So you want to put yourself in a spot to get back to the 7 o'clock and stay in that spot as long as you can to get to Saturday. And we talked about Emery last night. The Bats woke up in the fourth inning, 8-run inning, and they never looked back as they cruised to victory. And that's the story with this Emery team. I think the Bats have come along great as of late and at the right time, and they've been swinging it well.
Again, going up against Canyon View, who, for lack of a better term, has been dominant. They enter as the number one seed, and they have taken care of business in this 3A state tournament. Up to this point, unscathed, just like Emery, they topped Ogden, who was a 16 seed, 19-9 in Game 1 of Super Regionals. They then picked up a win in Game 2, 16-2. They advanced to yesterday where they knocked off North St. Pete 16-1. They have been outstanding. They've been dominant. They've been scoring runs in bunches. And while we talk about pitching, which is highly important, in the same sense, you've got to be able to hit the ball. Well, guess what? This Canyon View team, they hit the ball with the best of them.
Yeah, they're a very good, stout lineup, and you start at the top and you work your way through, and the bottom half of that lineup is just as potent as the top half. So Emery's got their work cut out for them tonight. They've got to be clean defensively in the field, and they have to have quick innings pitching-wise. You can't prolong innings by walking guys, allowing them to get multiple guys on base, or they're just going to dink and dunk, and they'll score a bunch of runs in an inning.
Canyon View finished the region season with a record of 12-2. That put them second behind Juab, yet their strength of schedule having to be a little bit greater than Juab all the way around. So with a 23-5 record, they earned the 1 seed. We go back and look at the two matchups against Emery this season. The first one, it was a battle at Canyon View in Cedar City. Emery came out on the short end of the stick 5-3 in that game, but they battled. They battled tough in that contest, and the deciding factor really proved to be the first inning where Canyon View managed to plate 3 runs. I was going back over that game, and Travis, the winning pitcher, it was Brady Anderson. Now, we'll go over the lineup for Canyon View in just a bit. Anderson is going to be the starting pitcher in tonight's game. He was outstanding. He had 11 strikeouts the first time he saw the Spartans. It was a different Emery team, there's no doubt, but we go all the way back to March 19th for that tilt.
He's a very good pitcher, like you talked about. He can mix up the pitches, fastball, he can come back with the curveball, changeup, and a variety of things where he keeps you off balance. And in that game, he kept Emery off balance, and you see the high strikeout total with 11.
The second meeting, which, again, Canyon View Emery back in March, this one fell in favor of Canyon View in an onslaught. They topped the Spartans 14-2. The game was tied at the end of the first inning, but then you saw Canyon View really take control. They scored runs in all 6 innings of that game. They had 10 hits compared to only 5 for Emery, and the Falcons just steamrolled the Spartans in that game. Again, we're going back to March. But nonetheless, 2 games, 2 wins for Canyon View. Emery trying to rewrite their fortunes in this one tonight.
That's difficult, like we talked about, to beat a team 3 times in a season. So here we are with Emery. Canyon View first game was close. The second game, they blew them out. So this third game, Emery's pitching, they're going to have to eat some innings up. Their pitching staff's a little bit depleted from last week, last night. So you got to have an inning tonight, your starting pitcher, where you're just eating chunks of innings.
Well, the starter tonight for Emery is going to be young sophomore Garrett Conover, who just gets better and better every time he touches the field. We talked about it last night. We really saw what Garrett was made of last year at the 3A state tournament. The freshman was called upon in some big moments, and he came through. And now as a sophomore, he came through again last night in a big moment. He'll be called again upon today to take the ball to get things rolling for Emery. I was talking to manager Chase Julian about what he expects to see from Garrett. He wants to get a good 4 to 5 innings out of him, and that would be ideal for the Spartan team. When you look at Garrett Conover, he's going to use a variety of pitches. He's got the fastball, he's got the curveball, he's got the changeup, but he also has the slider. He's got 4 pitches, which you don't see too often from a sophomore. I'm excited to see what Garrett can get rolling early in this game tonight.
Yeah, you talk about those 4 pitches, the slider. He doesn't throw the slider a lot, but when he does, it's effective, and it keeps the hitters off balance. So 4 pitches coming in tonight. You're going to see a variety of the fastball and then come back with those off-speed pitches, and that slider is going to be the main pitch.
We have warm-ups going on right now. A little bit chilly here in Orem at UCCU Ballpark, of course, on the campus at Utah Valley University. We're going to send it back to the studio for just a moment. The Landon's Diesel Service pregame show is off and rolling. When we return, we'll replay our interview from last night. Following the win over Morgan, we caught up with manager Chase Julian, and that is straight ahead here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM, and also on our YouTube channel, Castle Country Radio Emery.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
We still believe in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law is committed to making sure your rights are protected and seek for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. We've helped countless clients get through their legal troubles, so if you or a loved one feel that you have no one to turn to, you do. Oliver Law in Price. Everyone deserves a great defense attorney. 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
Looking for a great meal? Juniper has you covered with delicious pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Juniper is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. Whether dining in or ordering out, Juniper makes it easy. Order through DoorDash for quick delivery straight to your door. From lunch to dinner, Juniper serves up flavorful meals the whole family will love. Stop by and see why Juniper is the perfect place for your next meal. Great food, great atmosphere every time. This is Dave
and Ryan
from Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen.
On the big screen. At the King Cole Theaters.
And action.
Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better
on the big screen. Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects or already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. Whether it's fixing up your home, building a new home, or other projects on your to-do list, we are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come in and see us at 82 West Main Street in Price.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Counting down the moments to the first pitch here in this 3A state championship game as Emery is getting set to take on the Canyon View Falcons. As we continue on to inch closer to that first pitch, we're going to replay our interview last night with manager Chase Julian. This was following the win for Emery after topping the Morgan Trojans 10-3. We talked about a variety of topics, including another crack at this mighty Canyon View team who is ranked number 1 in the 3A state tournament. Here's our interview last night with manager Chase Julian. Coach, it's great to chat with you again. Always more fun after a win. Congratulations on that big victory.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be on here, especially after a win.
Yeah, it's fun, no doubt. And you and I were talking earlier today about how the boys managed to rally back from that 4-0 deficit against Manti. And I made reference to that several times early on in this game. It was that fourth inning where things kind of changed. Well, tonight, it was the fourth inning yet again. You guys put up an 8 spot.
Yeah, we at the start of the game, we were kind of getting a little anxious at the box, getting out in front of balls, popping balls up. Our boys made an adjustment. I told them we just need to single them to death. Like, just quit trying to do too much. It's not going to be won with one swing of the bat. And we went out there. We had great approaches after that, putting balls in play and putting them where they weren't. So it was good.
Yeah, there for a while, they weren't necessarily hard hits. They really weren't. It was just making contact and really putting Talbot, who's an excellent pitcher, in a couple of uncomfortable spots. I think that's always what you want to see, right? You want to see the higher seed get tested at some point in time, and you guys tested Talbot, and it proved to be a little too much.
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. He pitched well against us the first 3 innings, and then we made some adjustments, and it worked out in our favor, so.
Baseball's a weird game. Sometimes it's just one little thing that can change the momentum. And in that fourth inning, we thought Tice had grounded out. Instead, they call it foul. He gets plunked on the next pitch, and that's where the rally starts.
Yeah, and it something little like that, a foul ball that, it was foul, but something little as that where you get hit by a pitch. Tice does whatever it takes to get on base, and that's what we needed. Is he gets hit and we get on, and that starts us running. So it was good.
I asked you earlier today how many pitches could we see Hato throw, and you said, hey, throw 100 pitches, just get us through the game. That's what it took. But he was outstanding, no less.
Yeah, he pitched well for us. There's the times that he did struggle, he was getting behind batters, but he pitched awesome for us. Went out there, stepped up as a senior, and he pitched a gem for us, and that's what we need at the state tournament. The bats are amazing to have, but it's also awesome when you got a pitcher that throws as well as he did to limit them to three runs total.
Yeah, we know that this is a Morgan team that can score runs in bunches, and was it 4? I think he had 4 shutout innings before they finally got 4 shutout innings. So he went 0-1-1, 0-0-0. Like he was phenomenal in getting out of jams as well. You talked about getting into trouble. There were a couple of times he managed to get out of some spots where you thought that it was inevitable that Morgan was going to play to run.
Yeah, and it was awesome. He stepped up big for us today. I think at one point he had runners on second and third and 1 out. And fanned the next 2. So he stepped up big for us today, and that's what you need. One down, several more to go, but got the first one out of the way.
Honestly, if we get the call on the infield fly, he gets out of a bases loaded jam without any runs.
Yeah, and I couldn't manage to help us out there, but
well, if it makes you feel any better, you had everyone in the booth yelling at the top of their lungs as to what they were looking at and how that wasn't an infield fly rule. What was the explanation that they gave you?
He said it wasn't a routine fly ball.
Oh, it looked very routine, but
yeah. So
okay.
I mean, our third base. This is what I tried to explain to him: is I thought it was a routine. If the sun doesn't get in my third baseman's eyes.
Correct.
He made a play to go backwards. The sun was in his eyes. The rule states if it's an ordinary or routine play, and I thought it was, but apparently I don't know as much as them umpires do. So,
well, it only cost us 1 run. Thankfully, it wasn't a deciding factor. Going back to Hato, he's a few feet away from launching a grand slam at a very key moment in the game. He gets another opportunity in the ensuing inning. And this time he leaves no doubt. He sends a shot over the left field wall. It was a 2-run blast, and it felt like at that point in time, all right, this game, it's not over, but it's over. You could just see the body language for Morgan. It kind of like sucked the wind out of him, and you saw the excitement from Hato. What was the dugout like in that moment?
I could just hear him yelling and screaming and jumping up and down for Hato. He's a great kid, and he deserved it. I think he got. That was probably 5 feet from the first one being a grand slam. It was pretty close. So, he's had a great year for us, and it was just amazing to see him to get going like that.
We said if this game was at Emery High, that's a grand slam. There's no doubt.
Yeah, yeah. It's a. I don't know. It's a beautiful facility they got here. Great park. So, but yeah, it would have been nice to play there for sure.
I did ask you this earlier today, what this team learned going back to last year, because you guys had a great run. You played some really good baseball at the state tournament. You also had a couple of freshmen that had to give you some key moments in Garrett Conover and Trig Jensen, and they have to give you key moments again tonight. I thought Garrett was phenomenal at the plate. He came through in a couple of really big moments, and so we're seeing the maturity of those freshmen last year now as sophomores. They're not playing like sophomores, let's put it that way.
Yeah, they stepped up big for us last year. They've had their struggles this year for us, but when we need it most, they step up. Like I said last year, the bigger the game, the bigger the kids step up. And Trig gets in there, he pitches well for us today. Garrett, he's seeing a beach ball, and it's contagious. Like you said earlier, it's contagious when you get going. It's gets everyone going. So it's amazing what they can do.
Let's talk about what this does as far as the bracket is concerned. It's so difficult if you lose this first game to come through that one-loss bracket. You got to try to buy as many wins as possible to limit the amount of games. But, Coach, now all of a sudden We get Canyon View tomorrow. I mean, that's number 1 versus number 12. I don't think those numbers really matter at this point in time. It's a team that we've already seen twice, and you have a chance to now become the 1 seed in the state tournament. I think that's what you've earned, right, by getting them this early in the tournament. Do you view that the same way? Hey, if we win this game, look, guys, we go from 12 to 1. We're the 1 seed if we win this game tomorrow night.
It definitely puts us in a driver's seat, but we don't. I mean, this is a state tournament. Anything can happen. We've got to take tomorrow 1 game at a time. We got to look at tomorrow. We can't necessarily look and say we are the 1 seed after to take this, but it puts us in a very good position if we do. But we just gotta get together tomorrow and put a full game together against Canyon View and see what kind of game plan we can come up with to beat them. Same scenario as last year. Second game we had to play Canyon View in the state tournament. We're gonna have to change the outcome of it this time though.
Yeah, they had light work earlier today by knocking off North St. Pete 16-1. I think any team that you play next, you'd always like to see them pushed a little bit, right? I mean, they had a relatively easy time with North St. Pete, and I don't know what tomorrow holds, but when you take a look at the Canyon View team that we've seen already this year, what stands out to you about them?
They're a well-coached team. Defensively, they play clean baseball. Defensively, they don't make a lot of mistakes defensively. Offensively, they'll try to take advantage of any miscue that you might have. Anytime you're falling asleep, anything it may be, they're trying to take advantage of miscues.
You and I did talk about how Region 12 was represented, and Region 12 gets a win here against Morgan. Obviously, Canyon View, North St. Pete, that was Region 12. Go to the bottom half of the bracket, and Juab and Richfield both get wins. I mean, you just look at the final 4 teams who have yet to suffer a loss in this tournament. They're all from our region.
Yeah, it's a tough region. I mean, it's the toughest in the state. And that's what helps us have the toughest schedule of anybody in 3A, is we have to play a lot of tough teams. So makes it battle-tested throughout the year, and it's good for us.
It was kind of a group effort, Coach. There's so many kids that we could talk about because that 8th inning, or that 4th inning, where you put 8 runs up, it was so big. I mean, pretty much everybody got involved in some form or another. It's got to make you smile ear to ear. I know you're the ultimate competitor, and when you have 11, 12 kids come through in big moments, there can't be any bigger high, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it's awesome to see what we've worked for all year. These kids work so hard all year, practice, playing the games. They work their butts off all year long, and so it's nice to see it pay off for them and really make their efforts all year long have the reward that it deserves. So.
That was manager Chase Julian last night following the win over the Morgan Trojans. The Spartans will be in the field first this evening. They come out wearing the solid white uniforms. They got the white tops, the white jerseys, and the white pants. And again, getting the start, the sophomore Garrett Conover. Travis, this is a big spot for him. Let's take a look at the lineup for Emery when they are in the field. Again, the pitcher, Garrett Conover, behind home plate at catcher, number 20, Bronx Olson. At first base, we'll see number 17, Trevin Gilbert. Playing second base tonight for the Spartans, number 1, Hayden Christiansen. At third base, number 18, Tice Larson. And at shortstop, number 24, Trig Jensen. In the outfield, working left to right, we're going to see Peyton Nilsson wearing number 22 in left field. At center, number 8, Hayden Abrams. And in right field, number 12, Bo Stilson. That's the starting lineup tonight for our Spartans.
Yeah, you talk about the pitches he uses, fastball, curveball, changeup, slider. Uses that slider when he gets deep into the count, so we'll see early on how effective he can be with that pitch.
For Canyon View, the number 1 ranked team in the state, Trenton Ludlow will start things off. He wears number 5. He'll be playing center field. Batting out of the number 2 spot, number 1, Asher Slack. He's the shortstop. We talked about Brady Anderson getting the start at pitcher. He wears number 18. He'll be batting out of the 3 hole. Batting cleanup for Canyon View, the third baseman, number 6, Jaron Bradshaw. In left field, number 10, Price Atwood. At first base, number 11, Zach Main. At second base, we'll see number 4, Chandler McClellan. And behind home plate at catcher, number 12, Jake Thomas. And batting ninth in right field, number 7, Cannon Williams. Canyon View will get the at-bats first. A little bit of a different order. Now, you go back to Super Regionals, it was kind of the same thing. Game 1, Emery on the road against Manti. They were the road team, but they got to bat second the second day out. Basically, the way this is decided, day 2, whoever played the fewest amount of home games in the state tournament is the designated home team. Tomorrow, we'll flip that back. Whoever has played the most home games will once again be the home team.
Yeah, advantage tonight for Emery, getting to bat second, even though there's a 12 seed, and Canyon View's the 1.
We are set to go, and Ludlow will step into the box first. The righty entering this contest, hitting an outstanding .482 for the Falcons. And even out of the leadoff spot, he's got 30 RBIs, and he's got 14 extra base hits to go along with it, including 3 home runs. Conover on the mound for the Spartans, and the first pitch about to be thrown. We are underway, and Ludlow watches a high fastball go by for ball 1.
Yeah, pitch up, trying to work it through, and just got a little bit high and it tight inside.
Second pitch at the at-bat. Ludlow gets a piece of this one, sends it into right field. This spells trouble. It goes over Stilson's head, and it bounces all the way back to the fence. Ludlow's going to dig out 3, and the Falcons have a stand-up triple to get things rolling. Trenton Ludlow, the center fielder, sends one over Stilson's head in right field.
That just shoots high over Stilson's head, misplays it a little bit. It goes to the fence, and that's a stand-up triple to lead things off. And you already ran through the numbers. That's why this team is so good. They get good production from the leadoff spot.
Not only do they get great production out of the leadoff spot, they get great production out of the second batter as well. Asher Slack, who plays shortstop, enters today's game hitting .393 with 27 RBIs. He's also got 6 doubles to his name, and he watches ball 1 go by with a high fastball.
This Canyon View team, they just put the ball in play, and good results happen.
1-0 pitch. Slack down to first base. Picked up by Gilbert. Throw home is in time for out number 1. Heads up play by Trevin Gilbert. Instead of taking the out with Christiansen covering first, he elects to go home as Ludlow was trying to score. Delivers a dime to Olson, who makes the tag. 1 down with a runner on first. A fielder's choice for Asher Slack.
Yeah, running on contact, no matter what, that ball hits softly down to first, and you come up, you fire Gilbert to Olson, tag out play, and you erase the runner at third and get rid of that triple.
Brady Anderson now comes to the plate. There's the first changeup of the afternoon for Conover, and he misses for ball 1. Marks the 3rd consecutive batter that he has fallen behind early in the count. A nice lead over at first base from Slack. Slack does have speed. He leads the team in stolen bags so far this season. Anderson takes a rip and sends this one into foul territory for strike 1. You look at the base running this season, I take that back. Slack is second on the team, just behind Ludlow, but a lot of speed early in this lineup, so you got to pay attention to Slack. He's got a marginal lead over at first. 1-1 count. Here's a high fastball, and Anderson's not biting on it. The count's now 2-1. You wonder how the weather, the wind could affect things. Right now, we're looking at 51 degrees here at UCCU Ballpark. The wind is blowing. We can see it moving to left field. And now a high fastball out of the zone yet again. And just like that, Anderson has the hitter's count at 3-1.
Yeah, they're patient at bats. This is what this team does. They get guys on base, and they're very patient. They just put the ball in play.
Pickoff throw over to first. Slack slides back head first in safely. Count remains 3-1. Conover and Anderson. First matchup of the afternoon between these two.
And you got 10 miles per hour on the wind coming in from the north-south.
You can see it blowing out, pushing towards left field just a bit if you look at the American flag out in center field. You and I were going over the numbers. We're looking at 305 to that left field line. That's important to pay attention to. Change up, strike, as Anderson took a big whiff and misses, and now the count is ran full, 3-2 for Conover. Slight lead again for Slack over at first.
He should be on the move.
He's going. Fastball sent foul territory. We'll go 3-2 all over again.
Yeah, full count. He's going to be moving. They're not worried about him lining out into a double play. What's important is just staying out of the double play.
Anderson will be the starting pitcher. He's gone yard twice this season. Enters the game hitting .390. Slack goes again, and it'll be a free base. As Conover just missed out of the zone for ball 4, first issued walk, and now with one down, the Falcons have runners at first and second runner in scoring position.
That pitch just a little bit outside, telling away. And we'll see the effect with the grip, with it being cold out there, the grip with the baseball. And you can see right now the control is a little bit up and down.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Canyon View outside of the one gun down at home plate. Jaron Bradshaw, the third baseman, batting cleanup steps to the plate. You ready for another outstanding stat? 453 on the season. He's got 30 RBIs, second on the team. He's second to only Brady Anderson, who just walked over to first. Right now, runners at first and second.
You got to be very careful with this at-bat. You can't just softly put that breaking ball in there because he's going to crush to the gap.
He's not a double play hitter, that is for sure. We'll see what the sophomore has. Tried to work outside. Did he break? No, he did not. And to defer down to the first base line, umpire says check swing, so ball 1. Fourth consecutive batter that Conover has fallen behind in.
Up to 12 pitches.
Not bad if you can work your way out of this with the second runner reaching scoring position. That time a high fastball. Bradshaw liked what he saw, could not make contact. Swing and a miss, and the count's even at 1-1.
It's a good pitch. That ball looks like it's coming right down the barrel, and then it elevates up at the last second. And as a hitter, you can't chase. You can't keep up with it.
1-1 count. This one high off speed, missed at the eyes for ball 2. So one hit for the Falcons so far in the early going. Fourth batter of the evening in Jaron Bradshaw. On deck, Price Atwood, the left fielder. Top half of this Canyon View lineup as lethal as they come in the 3A classification. Conover with a 2-1, missed low and out of the zone. And now he's faced with a 3-1 count.
You don't want to walk, but the base is loaded here, so you're going to have to come with a pitch that the batter's going to have to put in play, and you're going to rely on your defense to make something happen behind you. But you don't want to walk, the base is loaded.
3-1, fastball is inside, and what we thought was going to be a ball 4, as did Bradshaw. The umpire says, no, come back. That pegged the inside corner for strike 2. Now the count is full, and it's the second consecutive at-bat where the count has reached its 6th pitch.
Yeah, it catches a break on that one.
3-2. Slack is going. Here's a foul ball out of play behind home plate. Slack had a full head of steam. He was looking for a stolen bag. Count remains 3-2. Conover, the impressive sophomore, trying to work out of an early jam as Canyon View is threatening early. They have plated runs in bunches so far in the state tournament. Slack's going to go again. Ball 4. It'll be a free base.
Yeah, Chase has got to go out there and talk to him, settle him down a little bit. Bases loaded now, not under control, a little erratic. Nerves are there, and you can see manager Chase Julian sending out the pitching coach to settle him down.
Second consecutive walk for Garrett Conover. This is a story so far. Lidlow had a stand-up triple. And then on the ensuing at-bat, Asher Slack hit into a fielder's choice. The throw home from Gilbert was well in time for out number 1. Preventing Lidlow from crossing home plate. Since then, Slack off the fielder's choice has advanced 2 bases due to back-to-back walks. Anderson and Bradshaw also on base, and that brings up Price Atwood. Atwood, a senior, hitting well over the 500 mark, 540 on the season. He's got 7 triples and 1 home run. He's got that power, and when you look at the wind coming in from left field, might not be that far-fetched for one of these balls to carry if you can turn on it.
Yeah, first pitch fastball, he's probably swinging.
It's a fastball high and out of the zone for ball 1.
Now with the bases juiced, you have to come in there. You can't dance around. You can't be careful. You've got to throw strikes. You've got to limit the damage in the inning.
It's a tough spot to be in for a pitcher knowing how well Canyon View hits.
Yeah, you really can't work around guys. It's a good pitch.
And this time, Conover works a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Counts now even, 1 apiece with bases juiced. Top of the first inning, no score. Canyon View threatening. Only 1 hit, but right now 2 runners in scoring position for one of the top hitters in the classification in Price Atwood, and he watches an outside corner curve. It pegged just enough of the plate for strike 2, so Garrett now up in front, 1-2.
expanding that strike zone to his favor. Now you got to go back and throw that same pitch. If you're going to get the call and he's not going to swing at it, get that pitch right there again.
1-2 on the way, and this one just high at the chin. So the count's now even 2-2. It's the first at-bat where Garrett has been able to work ahead. We'll see if he uses that to his advantage. Could be a big out here for the Spartans with bases loaded. Atwood, the left fielder, on the 2-2. Watches ball 3 go by low out of the zone. And for the third consecutive at-bat, the count is full.
Got ahead, and now right back into a spot where he doesn't want to be. Behind the account, full count, runners off and running.
3-2 from Conover. He missed the zone, and that's a free run for the Falcons. 3 consecutive walks for the sophomore. That'll count as an RBI for Price Atwood, and Asher Slack will cross home plate. That's 1-0 Canyon View.
Sometimes as a pitcher, when your juices are flowing, you've got a lot of adrenaline. Your instincts are just to throw as hard as you can. He's overthrowing right now. He's just got to settle in with that front foot. Right now, his front foot's going towards the third base bag. That's why it's off balance.
Zach Main steps up, hitting .329, and Conover will jump ahead in the count with a fastball off the outside corner for strike 1.
You've just got to settle in and throw strikes.
Righty on righty matchup. This time off the outside corner. Missed. Counts even at 1. Stepping back in, it's Main. Talked about his success, .329 with 25 RBIs on the season. He's got a chance to add to that total as the Falcons have jumped out to an early 1-0 lead top of the first inning. This time Conover goes back to the fastball, and he finds success on the outside. He's back up on top 1-2. Fastball's been the most effective pitch.
That fastball's been good. The breaking ball stuff, off-speed stuff, got some work to do. Right now just can't get a feel, can't get a grip.
This time a hard hit ball into the gap. Trig Jensen able to knock it down, but he doesn't get a clean handle on it. And that's an RBI single. Zach Main with the second hit of the inning on a hard shot to short brings in a run as Brady Anderson crosses home plate. It's 2-0 Canyon View.
Yeah, that ball just tells away from third base and telling away from the shortstop, trickling into the outfield, and a good job to keep it on the infield grass to limit the damage to 1 run.
2 hits, 2 runs, bases loaded. First pitch swing for Chandler McClellan, who is getting his first at-bat. McClellan playing second base, back half of the lineup, hitting .286. Nice to see a hitter with a 2 next to his name rather than a 3, 4, or even 5. But that's what Canyon View is known for, hitting the ball. 2 runs in the top of the first, 0-1 count. Conover goes to an off-speed change, and that's a swing and a miss, and he finds himself up in this at-bat, 0-2.
So far, 2 hits given up, 2 runs, 2 earned, and the big mark, the 3 walks early on.
On the 0-2, high fastball out of the zone. It's a 1-2 count.
Still manageable, only 2 given up. You can still get out of the inning right now with a ground ball.
1-2 on the way. It's high and out of the zone again. Counts now even at 2-2. Pitch count is rising for Conover here in this first inning. Already, we're looking at the 7th batter in McClellan.
At 31 pitches.
2-2 from the sophomore. There's a swing. Ground ball picked up by Christiansen. Tossed to second and to first. Ground ball double play. You'll take that if you're Emery, getting out of the inning with a 4-6-3 double play. Still 2 runs scored for Canyon View, but Conover with a beautiful pitch and a great play by Christiansen at second.
Told you prior, you're a ground ball away from getting out of the inning. Get the ground ball to second, flip over to short, turn it 2, and you only give up 2 runs in the inning off 2 hits.
So 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 left on base for Garrett Conover. We'll see if Emery can help out the young pitcher. Due up when we return. Bo Stilson, Trig Jensen, and Hayden Abrams. It's Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Let's hear what parents and patients are saying about Price Pediatric Dental.
We love Dr. Bott. His staff gives the children their full attention. They make sure my kids are comfortable the entire time.
Dr. Lund is so nice. I like getting a new toothbrush and toothpaste every time I go.
Both Dr. Markham and Dr. Lund have been so amazing with both of my boys. We wouldn't go anywhere else.
Call 637-9590 to schedule your child's appointment today at Price Pediatric Dental.
Can I afford a home?
How do I price and list my home?
Do I get pre-qualified?
Do I do an open house?
Does the realtor work for the buyer or the seller?
How do I show my home?
You have questions? Quick Realty has the answers. The only local realtor that uses a 3D camera and does complimentary virtual tours for every client. Quick Realtors are professional and experienced, and a premier agent on Zillow and specialist on Realtor.com, East Main Street Price, and at BeQuickRealty.com. Facebook and Instagram. Call 613-HOME, 613-4663.
Emory High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Emery trailing Canyon View 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Disaster avoided somewhat, although the Falcons did play 2 runs. It could have been a lot worse. To end the inning, Chandler McClellan hits into a 4-6-3 double play. Assess what you saw from Garrett Conover, who seemed to get better as the inning went on.
I think early on in the count, he's just trying to establish his off-speed stuff. He's just overthrown a little bit with the juices amped up. He's just got to settle in and throw strikes. If he can get ahead in the count, he's fine. Once he starts falling behind counts, you can see the walks pile up. 3 walks in the inning led to 2 runs.
Brady Anderson, the pitcher for Canyon View, enters tonight's game with a 2.7 ERA. And one of the hottest hitters on this Emery squad, Bo Stilson, will come to the plate, hitting just a shade under 400 at 393. See if Bo can get things moving early. Swing and a miss behind a fastball for strike 1.
That fastball right there looks like it's coming straight down, then tails off the last second with the drop. You can see the late swing just didn't pick the ball up.
Anderson has great stuff. He has all season long. Stilson gets a hold of this one and sends it into center field. That's over the head. This one's going to be extra bases. Bo's rounding first. He's got to stand up double. He wants more. Bo trying to dig out a triple, and just like Canyon View, the Spartans have a leadoff triple. Bo Stilson comes through again.
You talk about the fastball elevated, and he goes with it, and he drives it to center field through the gap over the head to the fence, similar to the triple we saw in the first inning by Canyon View. Same result. Emery looking to score early on and chip that lead down from 2-0 to 2-1.
He smoked that ball to center field, where it's about 408 feet. Trenton Ludlow, the center fielder, has wheels, and he couldn't catch up with it. Beautiful piece of hitting by Bo Stilson. That brings Trig Jensen to the plate. And another sophomore who we've talked about in great length about how he just evolved last season as a freshman has a chance on a lefty-on-lefty matchup to bring a run across home plate for Emery to cut that deficit in half.
That ball smoked Ludlow and Williams. It split both of them in the outfield.
Trigg hitting .250 on the season, takes ball 1, then swings high and misses for strike 1, counts even.
That ground ball scores a run. Canyon View playing defense back, playing for the out, so you're going to get a run with the ball in play.
Anderson allowing 1 hit early, a rarity for one of the lights-out pitchers in the classification as Canyon View enters with 23 wins. Here's a bunt, beautiful bunt down the first base line, but it drifts foul. Boy, Trigg nearly laid that one down to perfection. He was going to beat it out even, as Zach Main, the first baseman, had to come up to retrieve the ball. He wisely backed off, and it just rolls foul for strike 2.
Yeah, squeeze play, rolls that ball down. It gets to the runner's block and then peels off and goes foul at the last second. Almost lay down a beauty.
Now the count is 1-2. Trigg will step back in. Bo Stilson on third. He's going to be moving on any sort of contact. Similar start to this game offensively for Emery as it was for Canyon View. Trigg watches ball 2 go by, well high out of the zone off of the plate.
We saw last night Emery get a cheap run, dancing around the base pads, and an errant throw went to the outfield, and Emery got a cheap run. So you can see he's dancing, just daring that catcher, Thomas, to make a throw down to third and see if Bradshaw can come over the plate.
I think Canyon View's too disciplined for that. Trigg swings on the 2-2 and misses for strike 3. So Anderson finds the rhythm, goes back to the fastball, and he's got the first K of the evening.
Comes back after looking like Emery's going to score a run. Ball goes foul, then works through the strikeout to get the first out.
Brings up Hayden Citrid. Hato yesterday went yard on a 2-run shot to left field, nearly had a grand slam. He's also fresh off a 6-inning performance on the mound, earning the win as Emery blasted through the Morgan Trojans. Hato so far this season hitting over 300 at .302. He's got 3 home runs on the season. He's got 14 extra base hits and 20 RBIs. He can add to that total right now. A ground ball right up the middle. Should score a run at will. Hato can't beat out the run over to first, but he does just enough to bring in Bo Stilson from third. 2 down, but a run does score.
No, that's fine. That's what you want to do. You don't want to leave the runner stranded over at third. Put the ball in play. A high chopper. Good play to rotate over, make the throw, get the out, but more importantly, you get the run, and you chip that lead down from 2-0 to 2-1.
So again, Anderson, not in very familiar territory, giving up an early run in this game. Nobody aboard, 2 down in the bottom of the first inning, and now stepping to the plate, Tice Larson. Tice, one of many Spartans who was productive last night. He's hitting .369 on the season, and he'll look to add that and maybe start a little 2-out rally for the Spartans. He watches ball 1 and ball 2 go by off of the plate, working out of the outside. So it's a lefty on righty matchup here, as Anderson, the left-hander, showcasing just what kind of gas he's got behind that fastball. It's a pretty pitch. He'll go back to it, and Tice watches this one high at the chin for ball 3. He's worked the count 3-0, and he'll most certainly be taking on this next pitch. 3-0 count. Larson with a bat on his shoulder, brings it off and swings and puts one in foul territory. Boy, it looked like he was going to take all the way. Travis had a late swing.
Yeah, that's a Bella swing last second. Thought maybe I can put some metal on it and do something with it, but he was so late the ball shoots foul.
Count now 3-1. 2 down, bottom of the first. Falcons 2, Spartans 1. Pitch comes inside, and Larson has a free base on a walk, a 5-pitch walk at that.
It's a good at-bat. You get up 3-0, and then you get the walk, 2-out rally like you talked about, see if they get something going. More importantly, you want Anderson to work in this inning.
Hayden Christiansen comes to the plate. Middle of the order for Emery. 5th batter to be exact. Hayden hitting .300 on the season. We've seen him all over the lineup. He's got 10 RBIs and 5 doubles on the season. He's also got some speed. He's got Big Tice over at first base, and Hayden watches strike 1 go by off of a curveball. And that had some movement on it.
Yeah, that thing broke way inside at the last second, then gets some of the black of the plate.
0-1 count. Christiansen will certainly have the green light. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Anderson on the delivery, and Hayden watches another curveball go by for strike 2.
That same pitch, same result. Advantage Anderson now ahead in the count.
He goes up 0-2. Christiansen will have to protect. We'll see if Anderson tries to work around or it goes right at him. Looks like the frame of the pitch is outside. Hayden swings. He does protect, sends it foul. We'll go 0-2 all over again. Looking at Jake Thomas, the catcher for Canyon View, how he was framing that. Really moved to his right, trying to shift things out a little bit. Expected the outside pitch. Christiansen did as well and did just enough to get the bat on the ball for a foul ball. He's going to shift right again. Framing the outside and just missed out of the zone for ball 1. Boy, that was close.
It's a good pitch. Early on getting those calls, those were strikes. Not this time.
Anderson out of the 1-2 with 2 down. Larson at first. Christiansen's going to hang in. Gets a piece of it. Gets underneath it. Sends it foul territory behind home plate. We'll go 1-2 again. We talked about the pitch count for Conover in the first inning as it was getting up there. Anderson all of a sudden now going up against the 5th batter for Emery. It's not as if he's got a low pitch count on the first inning as well.
Nope, around 20 pitches now.
Tice with a minimal lead over at first. Hayden watches ball 2 go by, so the count's even at 2-2. On deck for Emery is Trevin Gilbert. And the Spartans would love to put a runner in scoring position for Trev, who has been great with runners in scoring position during his senior campaign. It's a big at-bat on the 2-2. Anderson taking his time. Gets the sign from Thomas, the catcher, and we have a time called in the box by Christiansen. was a long wait on the mound. He decides to call time and take a step out. Gets a sign from manager Chase Julian, who's standing on third base.
Took it at bat, working some pitches, working the count. Got us a 2-2 after falling behind.
This one is high, and now the count is full.
Now you get that runner taking off on the full count. And a hit to the gap, and he scores.
It's a quality at bat for Hayden Christiansen, who worked his way out of an 0-2 hole with a couple of foul balls, and now it's 3-2 with 2 down. A one-step lead for Larson over at first. Anderson on the delivery. Hayden swings and misses for strike 3.
It swung right through ball 4.
It looked like it was high and out of the zone, but Anderson registers his second K of the inning. Emery does get a run back. They'll leave one runner stranded. 1 run on 1 hit. It's 2-1 as we go to the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Canyon View Falcons, Jake Thomas, due up, Cannon Williams, and Trenton Ludlow when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Top of the second inning, Canyon View with a 2-1 lead over the Emery Spartans. Just a look at the pitch counts of that first inning. Brady Anderson goes 21 pitches for Canyon View. Garrett Conover was forced to throw 33. Conover did issue 3 walks, where a lot of those pitches came from. Only 1 walk for Anderson. Through 1, and leading off now for the Falcons, Jake Thomas, the catcher. And Thomas has been electric as well, hitting .347, batting out of the 8th spot. And he has jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the count for Conover, who now has that pitch count up to 35.
35 pitches you talk about, only 16 for strikes.
He's given up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 3. Did get McClellan to hit into a double play to end the last inning, and he is on the verge of issuing a 4th walk as he is now down on the count 3-0.
Again, just overthrowing just a little bit, not balanced enough.
3-0, high, and that's ball 4. That pitch was very close to finding the top of the zone, but Jake Thomas, the catcher, will get a free bag, and that's the 4th walk of the evening for Conover. Cannon Williams will now come to the plate. Williams, the low man, when we talk average, hitting just .269.
Yeah,
just .269.
Just .269, yeah. Hopefully you can get him in that .269 to roll over on a ground ball here. You can flip 2 and get 2 quick outs.
Because then we flip back to the top of the lineup, and Trenton Ludlow is on deck. Showing bunt, brings it back, and it's another ball. So 5 straight balls for Conover here in the second inning.
Just have to find a way to get that first strike and then get a little bit of a groove.
He found the rhythm at the end of that last inning. Pickoff throw over to first, and this one is on the ground. It gets by Gilbert. There's 1 extra base, and Thomas is going to leg out another. And so he'll take advantage of the error. He's got 2 bags, and all of a sudden, Canyon View's got a runner standing on third. It'll mark the 2nd time that Canyon View's leadoff runner has reached third, and we're only in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, Conover throws over, spikes it in the turf, and it rolls forever down the line into that gap. You allow a first leadoff guy to get all the way to third in scoring position with no outs.
Inside, and Conover misses again. That marks 6 straight balls to start the second inning. One runner in scoring position for the Falcons is Cannon Williams in his first at-bat for Canyon View, and pitch this time Conover missed just high out of the zone again. So now the count is 3-0.
And the air goes on Conover with the throw over.
Call it E1.
E1.
This time he finds the zone with a fastball, pegged it perfectly just above the knees, and the count's now 3-1. Hitters count for Cannon Williams. No one down, top of 2. Canyon View 2, Emery 1. One runner aboard at third base. That's Jake Thomas. And Conover misses off of the outside, and he has issued his 5th walk as Cannon Williams will take a free back.
I think manager Chase Julian's coming out to make some changes. Maybe just some signals.
He's going to give the signal to Bronx Olson, who will then relay it. I think he wanted an explanation as well. Some of those pitches from Conover extremely close to the zone. I don't know that he necessarily threw 8 straight balls, Travis. Those were close. But again, you got to give credit to Canyon View. They've been patient. They have forced the young pitcher to try to find the zone, and you want to jump around it against a lineup this potent.
If you're wild, you're not going to get calls. If you're inconsistent with finding the zone, you're not going to get any calls that are close.
Well, he tried to go to the outside corner here for Ludlow, who started the game with a leadoff triple, and he missed it for ball 1. Runners at the corners for the Falcons, trying to expand on their 2-1 advantage. Conover goes back to it, finds a fastball. This time he was able to work the outside corner, and he gets the call for strike 1. Sigh of relief from the sophomore. Maybe that'll get him in his rhythm. He has been lights out for Emery at various times throughout this campaign. This time he missed wildly over the top of Ludlow's head for ball 2. Pay attention to the wind now. It's shifting over to right field as the lights pop on here at UCCU Ballpark. We're definitely going to be playing a night game. Got off to a late start due to the previous game where Juab topped the Richfield Wildcats. Conover with a pitch right over the zone, and Ludlow's going to send this one into right center, and it will roll back to the warning track, and the Falcons will score 1 run. Ludlow has a double. And holding up at third is Cannon Williams, but Jake Thomas crosses to extend that lead 3-1 Canyon View.
Yeah, that pitch right there, he has to elevate. He throws a strike, and it splits the gap between center and right. Abrams and Stilton cut it off, and another run comes in and scores. It's 3-1. Runners at second and third now.
Well, hits have not been plentiful for Canyon View. They only have 3. It's the extra bases, the balls on base that have really affected this Emery team, and we will see a pitching change. That will be the story on Garrett Conover, who will be responsible for the other 2 runners aboard.
So officially right now, before we close the book, 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, no strikeouts.
Never easy for a sophomore to come into the state tournament and have an outing against Canyon View. I don't think Garrett has anything to be upset about. He's been great all season long for Emery. Hard to find a rhythm against a team that can hit the ball at this volume.
I just couldn't find the zone tonight. It happens. Sometimes as a pitcher, you go out there and you don't find the zone, and you walk some guys, and those walks will always come back to haunt you.
So a pitching change coming in for Emery. Trevin Gilbert's going to get some work. I know at some point in time we expected to see Trevin tonight, but he'll take over in the second inning with 2 aboard, 2 in scoring position. Canyon View right now with a 3-1 lead over the Spartans. We'll pause for 30 seconds, and we're back in just a moment on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Runners on second and third as Trevin Gilbert, the senior, will get his first work here for the Spartans to get this, I can't call it really the second inning off and rolling, but it will be a fresh inning with no one down. Gilbert works the outside corner on a first pitch strike as Asher Slack comes up. Slack did hit into a fielder's choice. Tried to bring in the run.
And Emery playing their infield in to cut the run down at the plate.
Already trailing 3-1. Here's a hard hit ball over to third, and it eats up Conover, who was taken over at third and gets into the outfield, and so that will go down as a hit and a run scored. That would have been a very tough play for Conover to make as Emery's made a few changes in the field. That's a tough one. So Larson moves over to first. Conover goes to third. And Trevin Gilbert takes over at pitch. Manager Chase Julian goes out, has a quick word with the umpire on third base. Not sure what the conversation was about. Nonetheless, that's an RBI for Slack.
They called interference, so 3 runs in the inning so far, 5-1.
Interesting. They did kill, yeah. Somewhat clears the bases. Well, now the story is written on Garrett Conover. He officially gave up 5 earned runs. And so far in this game, Trevin Gilbert has already issued a hit. Runner right now at second. Runner's going to go. Throw down to second. Is in time. No! Sliding underneath the tag. Heads up play by Slack.
That's a bad call. That's a really bad call. They had him dead to right. Did not get anywhere close to being safe. Didn't get under the tag.
Trick Jensen comes over from the shortstop spot, picks up the ball. It was a 1 bounce, and it appeared that he made the tag from up here. Coach Julian not happy, went out to get another explanation, and the umpire says he missed him. So give Slack the stolen base.
I wouldn't go that far to say he missed him, Jordan.
So they've yet to score that shot from from Slack as a hit or an error. I believe it was a hit. Here's a ground ball picked up by Christiansen at second. He makes the throw over to Larson at first for out number 2. Runner does advance over to third. 3 runs here on the top of the third inning. Now 1 out. Emery needed that out in the worst way, and they finally get one. Anderson on the ground ball. Now stepping up, it's Jaron Bradshaw, the third baseman. He swings at the first pitch. He puts it in foul territory for strike 1.
Yeah, I don't think you can roll that hit down to third as an error.
I don't
that
either.
Ball was hit hard.
I don't either. I mean, I would rule it. I had it down as a hit. That was a tough play for Conover to make at third. And it took a bad bounce right in front of him.
I mean, hit the palm of his glove.
And it looks like they will rule that as an error.
Well, the error they had was from the pitcher throwing down to first. So unless they rule another error. Yeah, I'm looking at the changer. They've got 2 errors, but the scoreboard officially here has 1 error.
But they never registered the hit. So at this point in time, 3 hits for Canyon View. 2 errors have been costly for Emery. At the plate right now, a 2-2 count for Jaron Bradshaw as Emery's trying to get out of this with minimal damage. And Gilbert will ring him up for the first strikeout of the evening for the Spartans. He finds the off speed, and Bradshaw watched it go by, and down he goes looking.
2 outs now, so looking to get out of the inning, only giving up 3 runs B, and grand slam range still down 5-1.
Be a big at bat. Price Atwood, who had an RBI off a walk, will come to the plate. Swings at the first pitch, ground ball. Christiansen fields it cleanly, makes the throw over to Larson at first, and Emery gets out of the inning. Not before the Falcons plate 3 runs. They take a 5-1 advantage into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Spartans, Trevin Gilbert, Bronx Olson, and Garrett Conover. It's Emery High School Baseball on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it. Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Bottom of the second, Emery trailing 5-1. Trevin Gilbert will come to the plate. Gilbert comes in relief in the second inning, gets 1 full inning, 1 strikeout, no hits, no earned runs. In that last inning, they officially rule it 3 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Falcons as they take a 5-1 lead. Anderson still the pitcher. He goes off speed on the changeup outside, swing and a miss for Gilbert on strike 1. I don't know that I agree with that being ruled an error to Conover over at third base. That was just a really tough play to make. Here's Gilbert, gets a piece of hitting, sends this one into left field, and it's handled by Price Atwood for out number 1. A nice hit by Gilbert, put it right in the vicinity of Atwood, who's able to charge it and make a play despite the wind, which is shifted over, blowing towards right field for out number 1.
A little bit off the end of the bat. That ball stays up in the air. Easy play to come over and left field, make the catch.
Emery so far in this game, just 1 hit. Anderson had 2 strikeouts in that first inning. And now stepping up, Bronx Olson. Olson swings at the first pitch, gets underneath it, sends it behind home plate for strike 1. Well, plenty of time to get back into this one. The big inning for Emery over the last 2 games has been the 4th frame. But this Canyon View team can score runs in bunches. 16 runs yesterday against North St. Pete. 16.
They put up runs in a hurry. So far, 5 tonight here in the bottom of the second.
Through 2 innings. Anderson on the 1-1, and he misses out of the zone, so Olson trying to get that pitch count up. Anderson only threw 21 pitches in that first inning. Already 1 down now here in the bottom of the second. No one aboard for Emery. Bronx Olson, the batter. Olson hitting .265 on the season. He swings and whiffs for strike number 2. I don't feel like the whiff rate has been high in this game. Anderson's had some good stuff. He's worked all over the plate. Emery has been able to make contact. Christiansen went down swinging, but also put together a nice at-bat, working out of an 0-2 count to really fight. I believe it was an 8-pitch at-bat. And now we have a full count as Olson watches ball 3 go by.
Just got to find a way to get on base and see if you can have one of those innings like you had last night where you had 8 in the 4th inning.
1 down, 3-2 count. Anderson has issued 1 walk. He's got 2 strikeouts, and now he hits Olson with an inside pitch, and he'll take his free bag. So Emery does have a runner aboard.
It's a good job. Stay patient, work that count full, and then get yourself on base. Bottom of the second inning, down 5-1, and Canyon View now going to make some changes.
Interesting with a 5-1 lead. Anderson has had some good stuff. That time he loses Olsen going off of the inside pitch.
Unless they're just going out to settle him down.
Which I'm sure is what they're doing, I would believe.
If Canyon View, you don't want one of those innings where Emery just stays out there like they did last night for an hour, it seemed like, and just dinks and dunks, and guys come around and score, and has one of those big innings. So you're going out there settling Anderson down, telling him, hey, do what you did, work those counts, and just be efficient.
Emery's going to go with a courtesy runner for Bronx Olsen, so Jace Franson will make his first appearance. Franson has kind of been a utility guy here for Emery. We've seen him as a courtesy runner. He's gotten some pitching work. His way all the way around in different aspects of the game. He'll get a two-step lead over at first base, right next to the cutout. And now stepping up, Garrett Conover. Unfortunately, Garrett would be on hook for the loss out of the starting spot. He can help his own cause right here. He swings through strike one. Garrett had a couple of nice pieces of hitting last night, had a shot into center field. Been responsible for a lot of rallies from the back half of this lineup for Emery. Swings through strike two and finds himself in an 0-2 hole.
That's two pitches just a little bit tardy on in the same spot, telling away at the left-hand side of the batter's blocks.
So an 0-2 count, Franson with a miniature lead over at first. On deck for Emery, it's Peyton Nielsen batting out of the 9th spot. Emery trying to get through the order. Anderson goes to a pitch on the outside. Boy, that was a hard fastball. He was trying to blow it by Conover, and he missed off of the outside corner. Counts now 1-2.
Thomas does a good job of staying in front of that ball, not allowing it to roll to the backstop, then allowing Franson the speed up to get the second.
Jake Thomas has been impressive all season long for Canyon View, both in the field and at the plate. And you saw that on display right there with a great piece of catching. Conover does get a piece of the 1-2, sends it foul over the first base dugout, which is where Canyon View was at tonight. Count's going to remain 1-2.
That was the pitch right there. That's a mistake by Anderson. He left it high, left that breaking ball right in the zone, and just so tardy with it, all he can do is punch it foul.
Franson again with the lead, one down, bottom of the second, counts five, or the score 5-1, counts 1-2. Conover swings through and misses on strike three. So a beautiful piece of pitching by Brady Anderson as he records his third strikeout of the evening. And with two down, Peyton Nielsen, the left fielder, will step up.
Anderson battles back. It's the strikeout.
Peyton Nielsen seeing that batting average rise. Again, he too has come through in some big moments for Emery, batting out of the 9th spot. He's got a great glove out in left field. And right now can play a key role in getting a runner in scoring position for Emery. He swings on the off speed, got a piece of it, but it falls into Thomas's glove for strike one. On deck, Bo Stilson, who's 1 for 1 with a triple. Emery trying to flip the lineup. Big spot here with two down. Anderson is going to work quickly. Second pitch in the at-bat. He missed low and outside for ball one. Well, Anderson has been in complete control of this game from a tempo standpoint and from a pitch standpoint. Everything has worked for him early on outside of the one mistake that Stilson took advantage of.
Yeah, he's been in control of the zone the whole night, like you said, only giving up the one hit with the one earned, but the 3 strikeouts and only 1 walk.
And the lefty curveball on the right-handed hitter jams up Nielsen on the inside, swing and a miss for strike two.
38 pitches, 23 for strikes.
He has been outstanding, and that curveball has been deadly, trying to work it off of the inside. He goes back to it, and Peyton has to...
Almost clipped him. You got to stand in there.
He had to kind of suck in his gut and bring his hands back a bit, ball two, but I understand why Anderson's going to go to the off-speed inside because it's been effective for him against the righties.
And he's got the call. Anywhere close around the plate, he's got the call.
2-2. Pitch on the way. Nielsen swings and misses, and another strikeout. That's number 4 for Anderson, and that will end the inning. Emery's going to leave one stranded. And so the one hit by pitch on Bronx Olsen comes back to not affect Canyon View. So no runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. We go to the top of the third inning. The Falcons right now with a comfortable 5-1 lead over the Spartans. Due up, Zach Main, Chandler McClellan, and Jake Thomas. It's Emery High School baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging, North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636 X-ray. That's 636-9729.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Top of the third inning, 5-1. Canyon View right now with a lead over the Spartans. And starting things off, it's Zach Main. Main 1-for-1 with an RBI single going back to the first inning. Trevin Gilbert still the pitcher for Emery. And he has worked two quick strikes to jump ahead 0-2 in the count. The 0-2 on its way. Main with a shot down to third base. Conover cleans it, fields it cleanly, and makes the throw in time over to Larson for out number one. So Main goes down on a ground ball. Great piece of pitching by Gilbert. Great piece of fielding by Conover for out number one.
That quick out right there, that's what Emery needed to do, is get quick out and not allow any more runs to be scored in this inning.
Stepping up now is McClellan. He hit into the 4-6-3 double play to close out the first inning.
Got to start putting zeros up.
Off speed, ground ball, hit to Trigg Jensen at short. Trigg makes the throw over to Larson for out number two. So that's the second ground ball for McClellan. Keep that in mind. And now Jake Thomas will step to the plate. He is the beneficiary of a walk back in the second inning. Thomas has been so effective this season in all aspects. I think he's really one of the more underrated players on this highly decorated Canyon View roster, hitting .347. And he watches strike one go by. Trevin Gilbert has really found the rhythm. Even in the cold weather outside, Travis, he's working it, and he jumps ahead in the count 0-1.
Yeah, 4 pitches to get 2 outs. Now that's the 5th pitch, and there's 6 pitches of strike. So efficient like you talk about.
Thomas with a swing and a miss. Trevin's got 1 strikeout so far here in the evening. Couple of ground balls to record 2 outs. The 0-2 on the way. Wants the outside corner, does not get the call.
Close, but a little bit off. You're just hoping he chases, and Thomas has a good eye.
5-1 Canyon View with the lead. Thomas pops one up in the shallow infield. Christiansen goes back on the grass and snags it in really short right for out number 3. So a quick inning for the Spartans. Exactly what they needed. No
8
runs.
pitches.
8 pitches, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. And we will go to the bottom of the third, due up top of the lineup for Emery, both Stilson, Trigg Jensen, and Hayden Abrams when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Step up to the plate with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Just like baseball, managing finances is all about making smart plays. Whether you're aiming for a home run with a new home loan or stealing second with unbeatable auto loan rates, our team is here to coach you through every financial inning. Slide into our branch today and let's hit a financial grand slam together. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, where everyone gets VIP treatment.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Bill Hicks, owner of Farlenos. I've got some exciting news. Spring hours are here. Monday through Thursday, we'll be here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 9 p.m. And for those lazy Sundays, we'll be serving up your favorites from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or enjoying a relaxing meal, Farlenos is a place where the locals eat. And we can't wait to see you more often. Come on down and let us treat you to something special.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Emery trailing Canyon View right now 5-1. Would be a great spot for Emery to put together a little rally. Fourth inning has been key, but Trevin Gilbert creating a little bit of momentum for the Spartans on an 8-pitch inning. 1, 2, 3. He set Canyon View down in order, and that doesn't happen too often against this team.
The first 0 tonight here in the third inning that Canyon View put up 8 pitches to get out of the inning, a couple ground balls, a little pop up to second base. Now the bats for Emery have to get going here in the bottom half of the third.
Bo Stilson, one of the hotter hitters on this team. He led off with a triple back in the first inning. He scored the team's lone run in a 5-1 ball game. Still Canyon View's only registered 3 hits. Bo swings at the first pitch. Chopper over to shortstop. Going to be a close play over at first, and Bo beats it out. Hard running, head first. Able to get by. The throw was a little bit offline. Zach Main had to come off first base to grab it, and Bo just got by him by a step, and a leadoff single for Emery.
Ball took one extra hop, and Slack has to gather. He has to play it back a little bit, and that extra hop allows him to speed down to first base with the throw offline and off target.
Again, not an easy play. They will rule that a hit. It was a chopper over to short. You talked about Slack able to make a difficult throw, and it just brings Maine off. Trick Jensen shows bunt, and he will pop out to the catcher in foul territory. Emery trying to get Stilson in scoring position, and Trick goes down on the very first pitch with a pop out.
I don't like that at all. You get some momentum, you get the leadoff guy on, there's no outs. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're just giving free outs away and you're popping that one up. And more importantly, if you're trying to bunt, you've got to stick that bat down and drive that ball to the turf. Instead, he elevates the bat and pops it up. Now the runner's still stuck at first.
And that brings up Hayden Citron.
You can't give away free outs to this team.
Hato with an RBI in his first at-bat. And he watches ball one go by on the outside. Well, runs have definitely come in a premium against Canyon View. Emery doing everything they can to get a runner in scoring position. See how aggressive Coach Julian is with Stilson over at first. He's got a marginal lead, about a 3-step lead. Anderson takes a long look, goes back to the fastball, and Hato misses. A swing and a miss, counts even at 1-1. Abrams has been the guy for Emery. He's hitting over 300 now. He's got 20 RBIs, 7 doubles, 4 triples. Hit his third dinger of the season yesterday. Almost had 2 home runs. He sent one down the third base line of the left field, and it just missed the foul pole. His next at-bat, he made up for it, sent a 2-run shot about 320 feet. And he takes ball 2 on an inside fastball. Both of those swings that he had, Travis, turning on him, they were no doubters. With the wind blowing towards right field, I don't think there's any question that first shot that went foul yesterday would have been a home run.
Definitely. Right now, Anderson's pitch count up 45 pitches. Behind now 2-1, so an opportunity for Emery to scratch a few runs in this inning.
45 pitches through 2 1/3. Hato with a chopper. Slack fields it at short, throw over, not in time, and Abrams is aboard. Another tough play for Slack to make over at short.
I think that one should be an error. The hesitation and not getting the ball out of the glove. You're not going to get the play at second, and he thinks about going to second, and that little hesitation cost them an out at first. Now you got 2 on with 1 out.
They rule it a hit.
I'd roll that an error.
Official scorecard says a hit. That's the third for Emery. The 2 errors are glaring. 2 errors for Emery, none for Canyon View so far in this game, and Canyon View managed to take advantage of both errors. But the Spartans have a runner in scoring position for just the second time this evening. Can they capitalize? Tice Larson comes to the plate. He had a walk in his first at-bat. And he watches strike one go by on the first pitch. On deck, Hayden Christiansen. Emery with a chance. A little mojo building here in the bottom of the third inning. Trailing 5-1. Larson swings and gets underneath Anderson's pitch. Sends it foul over the dugout. Canyon View's way down the first base line for strike two.
That's the pitch he wants back. Missed that one. That ball's elevated. It's a hanging breaking ball. That's the ball right there where you drive it into the outfield and you score a run.
Big Ty's hitting .370 on the season. Could use a pop here. He watches ball one go in the dirt. And Thomas makes a great move. He knocked that ball down. It bounced up the third base line. Thomas was able to get around Larson and pick up that ball before Stilson could make a move to third. Once again, Thomas doing great work behind home plate for the Falcons. 1-2 count. Stilson on first, Stilson on second, Abrams on first. And Larson swings, goes fishing for strike three. That one was low and out of the zone, deceiving on the breaking ball, and now there's two down.
Talk about it, deceiving breaking ball. The prior pitch, 2 pitches ago, was the pitch he missed. And then Anderson can come back, and he throws that breaking ball that's telling away from you, drops down in the dirt, and you swing right through it, second out.
Strikeout number 5 for Anderson. And now there's two down with runners at first and second. Hayden Christiansen will come to the plate. Hayden watches again a breaking ball that inside right now, that lefty on righty matchup. It's really been beneficial for Anderson as he has used the breaking curve, Travis, off of the inside corner, and he's got the call more than not.
There's nothing really you can do about it.
Goes back to it this time. Hayden tries to shorten up the swing, and he misses for strike two.
That's the result. You swing right through it. It looks like it's a better pitch than what it is, and then at the last second, it's telling it on your hands.
Forces you to shorten up that swing, and that's a difficult angle. Anderson 1 pitch away from getting out of a miniature jam with 2 on here for the Spartans. Pitch comes, Hato swings, and they rule that he swung and missed. I thought that the home plate umpire was going to call a foul ball. He says no. So it was a strike 3. Ball bounced out of the catcher's glove. They make the throw down to first base in time, and that's the way the inning comes to an end. Another strikeout, 2 to end that inning for Anderson, and Emery's going to strand 2. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. And the Spartans will trail 5-1 going into the 4th inning. That's been the magic inning for Emery over the last few games. We'll see if they can replicate that performance when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM, your home for Emery High School Baseball.
How well do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Top of the 4th inning, Canyon View 5, Emery 1. A non-elimination game for both teams. They remain unbeaten. They're 3-0 in the state tournament. Trevin Gilbert now in his 3rd inning of work in a relief appearance has Cannon Williams, the right fielder, who drew a walk in his first at-bat, going back to the 2nd inning. Gilbert right now sitting on a 1-1 count. But Trev did have an impressive 3rd inning. It was 8 pitches, 1-2-3, sitting Canyon View down.
Yeah, you got a couple soft ground balls and a soft pop-up with the 8-pitch inning that you talked about.
Williams just under 270 for the season for Canyon View. And he watches strike two go by. The count's now even at 2-2. Trenton Ludlow was on deck. He's got a triple and a double already with an RBI. And he scored a run. Ludlow's been great. Williams watches a breaking ball just miss off of the outside corner, and now we're sitting at 3-2. Huge pitch as Emery wants to remain within striking distance against this potent Canyon View offense. Gilbert pitch, this one hit into right field, and it's handled with ease by Bo Stilson for out number one. Soft fly ball as Williams got underneath it.
It got underneath it, like you said, off the end of the bat, and a lazy fly ball to right field for the first punch out of the inning.
The center fielder, Trenton Ludlow. He's a multi-sport athlete at Canyon View, and we have seen him make an impact across the board for a while for Canyon View. Boy, this kid is something else, and so far, a triple and a double. He swings at the first pitch, sends this one into right field. It's drifting into foul territory. It stays fair, but Bo Stilson is there for the putout. That's out number two.
Stilson, standing in right field, takes about 3 steps towards the foul line and makes the play. So 2 outs made by Stilson in the inning, 2 fly balls to right field, and 1 out away from getting back into the batter's box, down 5-1.
Which would be huge for this team.
You got to start putting up zeros, but more importantly, you got to start putting up runs.
Asher Slack, the shortstop, steps up. Hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Had an RBI single in the second, and then he got credit for a stolen bag. So he's sitting at 1 for 2. He takes strike one, and he swings at the second pitch, and he'll loop this one into center field right over the head of Hayden Christiansen. And so the speedy Asher Slack has a single, his second hit of the ball game, and Canyon View's in business with 2 down on the top of the 4th inning.
That's a good piece of hitting. You just muscle that one over the top of second base into the outfield gap, and you get a 2-out hit.
Gilbert had done some work. He'd set down 8 consecutive Canyon View batters, and Slack snaps that streak.
Strike one.
You can hear the dismay of the Canyon View fans just outside the booth. They don't agree with that call. But Gilbert once again ahead in the count here against Anderson. And Anderson in his last at-bat with a ground out. He took a walk in the first inning.
Yeah, pitch is too close to be taken. That one looked better than the first one.
Well, Gilbert's done a great job of keeping Canyon View off balance. This time he tries to work the outside corner against the lefty Anderson, and he misses. So the count sitting now at 2-1. Slack gets off to a substantial lead over at first base. Gilbert pays no mind, focuses on Anderson, who sends a hot shot into center field. Hato's there. He tracks it beautifully for out number 3. So the Falcons do get 1 hit. That was their first hit on Trevin Gilbert of the afternoon. They leave 1 stranded, no runs, no errors. Emery will now send up, hopefully, the lineup that can get things rolling in the 4th. Trevin Gilbert, Bronx Olson, and Garrett Conover all due up. It's the 4th inning where Emery's had success when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, cold beer, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Fourth inning, and it's a big one for Emery. Trevin Gilbert's going to lead things off as the Spartans find themselves in a 4-run hole, 5-1. Although they have been a game opponent for this Canyon View team, who was just steamrolled through the state tournament yesterday, waxing the North Sanpete Hawks to get to this point. As we go to the bottom of the fourth, 5-1. Emery with 3 hits on the evening. Trevin Gilbert 0 for 1 as he popped out in his first at-bat. And the first pitch from Anderson is a fastball right over the plate for strike 1.
Last night, this was the key inning that propelled Emery to victory. Scored 8 runs in this inning a night ago.
And also managed to overcome a 4-run deficit to the Manti Templars in the fourth inning. Just a few days ago, Gilbert swings and he finds himself now down 0-2.
I completely fooled on that one.
Temperatures continue to drop here in Orem. We're at 48 degrees. The wind, however, has died down a bit. It was really cooling things off there for a little while. The 0-2 on the way, and Trev moves out of the way on an inside pitch. Counts now 1-2. The story on Brady Anderson, well, he's gone 3 innings, allowed only 3 hits, 1 earned run. More importantly, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and he's hit 1 batter.
And the key there, 1 walk.
Yep.
Oof.
And Trev puts the bat down on that 4th pitch. Anderson misses outside, and it's 2-2. Looked close from our view, but Trev had no intent on swinging at that pitch.
It's a heck of a take.
It is. Anderson, the lefty, has been great for Canyon View. Goes low and out of the zone for ball 3. So Gilbert right now with a quality at bat. And that's essentially what you need. You don't want to press. You don't want to get too anxious. Sit back, have the quality at bats, and typically good things will happen. And now the count is sitting at 3-2. Trev's been mighty for Emery on the mound out of the relief effort. On the 3-2, swing and a miss, and he'll go down swinging for out number 1.
You just got to tip your cap sometimes. Anderson out there doing a great job. 7 strikeouts now, only 1 walk. He's been efficient, he's worked quick, and he's kept these Emery hitters off balance.
Bronx Olson comes to the plate. Bronx was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning, so he reached safely. That was about as close as Emery could get in that frame, and Bronx is going to watch a high fastball for strike 1. Bronx has been efficient for Emery. He's also been great behind home plate. He's hitting .265 on the season. There's nobody on board right now, but Bronx does have 17 RBIs off 18 hits so far this year. Bronx watches strike 1 go by on the outside corner. Once again, a fastball from Anderson, the lefty. Crowd has trickled down a little bit here at UCCU Ballpark with the lights on. Chilly night. And Bronx went to a check swing. This ball hit the dirt. They're going to go down, ask the first base ump if Bronx swung. He did not.
Well, no. I mean,
it wasn't even remotely close. That ball hit the chalk on the batter's box and bounced up. 2-1 count. Anderson's pitch, and it's a fastball, still able to blow it by Olson for strike 2. Fastball has been the pitch for Anderson, who's gone 3 1/3. Had 21 pitches in the first inning, 40 pitches after 2. He's worked efficiently so far in this game. No one aboard, 1 down, and Olson swings for strike 3. Anderson seems to be getting stronger. That's 8 strikeouts now on the evening. And with 2 down, Garrett Conover will come to the plate.
Like you said, looks like he's getting better as each inning flies by. Back-to-back Ks, 5-1 lead. And another quick inning by Emery. That's what Canyon wants to do. Have those quick innings, get back in there, and put up runs.
Conover, only 1 plate appearance so far tonight. He struck out going back to the 2nd inning. And he swings at the first curveball. This time it was the outside corner. And he eats him up for strike 1. Anderson has used that inside corner to perfection throughout the evening. It's been a big part as to why he's been able to chalk up 8 strikeouts. That time he goes the outside corner. Now he goes high with a fastball and missed at the numbers. Ball 1 counts even. Late start to this game tonight. We're about 45 minutes behind. The Richfield-Juab game, which Juab got the win, really pushed late. The Wildcats fall into the one-loss bracket. They'll have an elimination game tomorrow. Conover swings, and he misses on the changeup this time. Again, working on the outside corner is Anderson, and he is 1 strike away from sitting down the side. Emery would love to flip the order here in the 4th inning. But Anderson working efficiently. This one is in the dirt. Bounced a good foot in front of home plate. Takes a heavy bounce over the top of Thomas's head. Counts now even at 2-2. By far the most impressive inning that we've seen from Anderson, and that's saying something for how good he has been. He's yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. The closest was in the 2nd when Emery had 4 at-bats. The other 2 innings, they've gotten at least 5 to the plate. 2-2 pitch, swing and a high fastball and a miss for Conover, and there's the first 1-2-3 inning. All 3 strikeouts for Brady Anderson. He's got 9 now on the evening. We'll go to the top of the 5th. It remains 5-1 Canyon View. Due up for the Falcons, Jaron Bradshaw, Price Atwood, and Zach Main. It's Emery High School Baseball on 107.3 FM and 7:50 a.m. We'll pause for station identification, and then when we return, it's the Canyon View Falcons.
This is Eastern Utah's news and weather station. 107.3 FM and 7:50 a.m. KOAL. Price.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
J&D Automotive in Castledale and River Auto in Green River has been your trusted neighbors for 40 years, offering expert automotive parts and service right in the heart of Emery County. Thanks to a great partnership with Napa, you get dependable parts and a team that knows your car inside out. Whether you're in for a routine checkup or need of a major repair, J&D Automotive is close to home and ready to help. Visit J&D Automotive today and experience the difference of local care with big brand quality.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 7:50 a.m.
Top of the 5th inning, back to the action just a tad bit late, and Jaron Bradshaw will start things off with a single to left field. So the leadoff runner aboard for the Falcons. Hits have not come easy for Canyon View since Trevin Gilbert has come into the relief effort. But Bradshaw is able to single one off into left on a nice piece of hitting.
It just stays with the pitch and drives it into the outfield grass for a base hit.
Second hit, and now the 3rd hit. Another single into center field, and the Falcons have it working as the 1st and 2nd batters have reached safely. Simple baseball right now for Canyon View. Back-to-back singles, and now Zach Main, who is 1 for 2, will step to the plate. Main, the first baseman, he's 1 for 2. He had a single in the 1st inning, a ground ball in the 3rd. Could be a big out with Chandler McClellan on deck as he's had 2 ground balls. One was a double play to end the 1st inning, so this could be a big out right here. Emery could erase what's been a great start for Canyon View here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
Canyon View to start this inning comes out aggressive, comes out swinging. 2 on, no out, up 5-1, looking to put this game out of reach.
Showing bunt. Main puts this one down the 3rd baseline, but it goes foul. He was showing bunt on the first pitch of the at-bat as well. Counts now even at 1-1. Interesting call to send that down the 3rd base line, although Conover is playing at about base level.
Playing back. So you bunt it towards 3rd, you're going to get that runner from 2nd over to 3rd with ease.
1-1 count. Gilbert again giving up 3 hits. 2 of those 3 have come here in the 5th inning. That's a big lead for Bradshaw over at second. And Gilbert is able to peg the outside corner with a fastball for strike 2. Great pitch by Gilbert, trying to keep it low and away from Maine.
Yeah, Maine pulls the bat back.
Could be a huge pitch on the 1-2 with McClellan on deck. Gilbert goes low and in the dirt, and it gets by Bronx Olson on the wild pitch, and both runners will advance. So now the double play ball is out of play on a 2-2 count.
It's tough. That ball just spikes in, then it hits on the back hill, and you're looking around for it, and before you know it, both runners take off, and they advance, Bradshaw and Atwood.
Count remains 2-2, but now 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, now infield drawn in.
Swing, ground ball. It's received by the shortstop, Trigg. He makes the throw over to first for out number 1. And with the infield playing in, all the runners will stay put. So a nice play by Trigg, who's been great at shortstop this evening.
Trigg going from right to left, makes the play, and then gets it over to first base. The runners have to freeze. So it's a good job bringing the infield in, get the out. And so far, you've limited the damage.
McClellan now comes to the plate. Again, a ground ball double play and a ground out in the 3rd. So he went double play first, ground out in the 3rd. Right now, the double play ball is out of play. He's going to show bunt. Toss into home plate, not in time. It was a bunt right back to Gilbert. He tried the toss to Olson. Sliding head first is Bradshaw. He beats the tag for another Canyon View run.
That play's tough. The balls just hit so slowly that you have to get off the mound quick. And then you have to pick that ball up, and you have to come with a accurate throw. The throw's a little bit tailing off up high, and then before you know it, you have to reach down and try to tag him. He's under the play. Safe.
And now Coach Julian comes out. He wanted an explanation. The Canyon View crowd in front of us a bit rowdy. I'm well familiar with the Cedar City crowds, typically angry.
A little tuned in.
6-1 score right now. The Falcons out in front of Emery, and they have put on a hitting display in this ball game. 6 hits. And 3 off Conover, and now 3 off Gilbert. Runners at the corners. Jake Thomas comes to the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1, miss off the outside corner. One-0 count. Hefty lead for McClellan over at first base. And here's another bunt down the third base line. It's executed perfectly. And that'll bring in Atwood for another run. And all of a sudden, Canyon View has plated 2 here in the inning, and they are pulling away up 7-1 in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, it's an easy play. You just bunt the ball down the third baseline. Third baseman playing way off the bag. You drop it down. You get a run out of it, and you continue to move station to station.
So now Bradshaw and Atwood have crossed home plate in this inning. Double play ball would get Gilbert out of this frame. Right now, runners at first and second with 1 down, and stepping up is Cannon Williams. Williams is the 9-hole hitter. He's showing bunt again. He's able to pull it back as Gilbert goes on the outside and misses for ball 1. Seven won the score. Top of the 5th inning. Trevin Gilbert trying to keep Emery in this one. But Canyon View has been able to move station to station this inning. And here's a swing, and Williams puts this one into right field, right over the head of Bo Stilson. And this is going to be extra bases. It may score 1, possibly 2. Rounding third. There's 1 run. Here's 2 runs, and that is a triple stand-up style by Williams, as he easily brings in 2 runs to make it 9-1 Canyon View.
That Stilson just misjudged that one in the outfield. He took a step in, and you always need to go back first, and he comes in too far, and he knew it, and he overran it, and the ball goes over his head to the fence.
And so as the runs continue to mount here in the 5th inning, it is now 9-1 Canyon View. And we are going to have a pitching change, I believe. Yes, we will. Trig Jensen is going to make an appearance. And so some changes coming in for Emery. They'll maneuver some positions around, and that'll be the end of Trevin Gilbert, although he will be responsible for the runner out on third base. We'll pause for just a moment. All Canyon View in this one. They've scored 4 in the 5th. They lead 9-1 when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects or already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. Whether it's fixing up your home, building a new home, or other projects on your to-do list, we are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come in and see us at 82 West Main Street in Price.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
9-1 Canyon View, top of the 5th inning. Trevin Gilbert out of the game. Trig Jensen will come in. So some position shifts here for the Spartans. With Trig, who was playing shortstop, coming into pitch. Hato will move from center field to short. Garrett Conover will move from third to center. Tice Larson will move from first over to third, and Trev goes back over to first. So that's the maneuvering for the Spartans. And Trig, 3 pitches into this at-bat, throws his first strike, counts now 2-1. You got the numbers on Trevin Gilbert. We'll go over those final stats depending on what happens here at this at-bat, as he is responsible for the runner at third. How many pitches did Trev throw out of relief?
He threw 46.
Okay.
32 of them for strikes.
Good number. Keeps him under 50 pitches. Here's a pop-up into foul territory, and Tice goes back to retrieve it for out number 3. Or, excuse me, out number 2. Out number 2, not out number 3. So Tice is able to work into foul territory for the fly ball. So still one runner aboard at third, and Asher Slack will come to the plate. Ludlow pops out. First pitch, and this one just gets by Christiansen over at second. He had to try to maneuver into shallow right center, and the ball goes off with the tip of his glove. Would have been a difficult grab to make, and with that, another run crosses, and so that'll be the 5th run charged to Trevin Gilbert, and now his story is set, but an RBI for Asher Slack.
That final 3 1/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, and 1 strikeout.
And now Brady Anderson steps up. He's the 9th batter of the inning in what's been a dominant display here for the Falcons. Canyon View now with 9 hits on the evening, and Anderson watches ball 1 go by off the pitch from Trig.
Yeah, so far, Emery pitched tonight 4 2/3, 9 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned, 5 walks, and only 1 strikeout as a unit.
This has been the tough inning. 5 hits for Canyon View in this frame, off 5 runs. Trig has gone 1/3 so far. It's a 2-0 count. Throw down over to first. It's not in time. It was a hefty lead for Slack, and he decides to slide back head first, getting underneath the tag, and now the count is 3-0. And Jaron Bradshaw, who started this inning off with a single, is on deck. 3-0 count for Trig. Walks have been key in this game as well, although Gilbert did minimize the walks. Trig finds the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, Gilbert didn't walk anybody. Conover had the 5 walks.
Yep. But Canyon View caught up to the timing of Gilbert. They laced 5 hits here in this inning. It was 3-0, and now it's 3-2 off the foul ball. Brady Anderson sends it down the third base line, and we're looking at a 3-2 count with 2 down. 10-1 the score at Canyon View. Close to putting the mercy rule on Emery as we get into the 5th inning. Every game for Canyon View in the state tournament so far, 3 outings, have all resulted in a mercy rule win. That's outstanding when you think about it. And Anderson will foul one off once again, going down to left field, out of play. It's 3-2 all over again. Slack will most certainly be moving. That is total domination from the number 1 team in the state. Number 2 team in the state, Juab, shares the region with these 2 squads. And Trigg this time works the off speed, and he finds the zone for his first strikeout, and that will end the inning. So Canyon View will strand 1, but the damage, it's well done in that inning. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 left on base. They capture a 10-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Spartans. We'll be back to the top of the lineup. Bo Stilson, Trigg Jensen, and Hayden Abrams when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
If your pet hisses, chirps, bleats, or screams, Castle Country Vet is here to help keep your pets healthy. Castle Country Vet is more than cats and dogs, which we love too. Castle Country Vet takes care of snakes to reptiles, rabbits to birds, and sheep to goats, from small exotics to large animals. Doctors Harmer and Kelly and a knowledgeable staff is dedicated to being your other family doctor. Castle Country Vet in Price. Call 637-5797. Online at castlecountryvet.net.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
2 up for Emery to start this 5th inning. Peyton Nielsen, and then we'll go to the top of the lineup. Bo Stilson and Trigg Jensen. Brady Anderson remains the pitcher for the Falcons. He has gotten better and better. He's gone 4 full innings. He's allowed only 3 hits and 1 earned run. He has fanned 9 batters in this game and issued just 1 walk. He also hit 1 batter. So freebies have not been a thing for Emery, and Peyton Nielsen will watch the off-speed come in for strike 1. Anderson, every time he's faced a righty, has gone to the curveball inside corner. He's jammed up the Spartan hitters. He has been on point. Location has not been an issue. This time he tries to go back to the inside with a fastball, and he misses high for ball 1.
We'll see if fatigue starts to set in just a little bit, and he gets that ball up, and he starts missing spots.
Well, you would think fatigue would set in, but he had a very dominant 4th inning as he struck out 3 batters, and now he finds himself up 1-2, looking for his, what would be, if I'm not mistaken, it would be his 6th consecutive strikeout. He struck out Larson and Christiansen in the 3rd, and then had a 1-2-3 4th inning. So he seems to be getting stronger. This time, tries to jam up Nielsen on the inside, and Peyton does a terrific job of just protecting, sends it foul. We'll go 1-2 all over. Colder weather probably helps, I would think, in some regard. You can see a complete turnaround from what we had last night. People were in shorts and shirts tonight, blankets all around. It's baseball weather in Utah. The 1-2 on the way. Nielsen swings and misses. And so that marks the 6th consecutive strikeout for Anderson. He's got 10 now for the game.
Yeah, 4 1/3 so far, 3 hits given up, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, 74 pitches, 47 for strikes.
Well, he has been dominant. Bo Stilson will step up. Bo is 2 for 2. He's got a triple and a single to his name. He swings at the first pitch, chops it down the third base line. It trickles foul for strike 1. Only 3 hits for Emery in this game. 2 have come from Bo, the other from Hato. Back half of the lineup has been productive for Emery over the last 3 games. That has not been the case today. As I alluded to, going back to the 3rd inning, strikeout the side, another strikeout. 6 straight for Anderson.
And this is the 3rd time through the order, so he's faced 18 batters. This is number 19.
Impressive. Stilson wanted to swing. He holds back and watches strike 2 go by, and so now he's down in an 0-2 hole with Trigg Jensen on deck. Anderson looking for strikeout number 11. That's what he had against Emery earlier this season. Stilson with a ground ball, chopped over to third, throw over to first is in time, and that's a beautiful play by Bradshaw, who charged it beautifully right down the foul line and then makes a pinpoint throw over to Maine for out number 2. Stilson did get a piece of it, and that stops the streak of consecutive strikeouts at 6.
Ground ball out. And again, another quick inning as Bradshaw makes the play look easy over to Maine at first.
And that is exactly what Canyon View wants. As you get to this stage in the season, pitch counts become a problem. You wonder about arms. But at this rate right here, you can get one more inning out of Anderson. What'd you say the pitch count was at?
He's got 77.
Might just send him the rest of the way. All depends on what they want to do. Right now, 0-1 count as Trigg really crowding home plate. Swings and misses on the first pitch. And this time, Anderson goes high for a ball 1. You look at Trigg. Again, it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. And he's crowding the inside corner, almost daring Anderson to try to work outside, where he's been inside on all righties so far tonight with the curveball. Pitch is in the dirt, and that is ball 2. Count sitting at 2-1.
You look at his spray chart, mostly likes to go to left field.
Well, right now, Canyon View not in any sort of unorthodox stance in the field. Everybody playing at home, and why not? With a 10-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning and only 3 hits. Swing and a miss for Trigg, and now the count is drawn even at 2-2 with 2 down. Barring some Spartan magic, we'll face elimination tomorrow. And it will be a rematch with the Morgan Trojans. Trigg this time has to move his shoulder, watches the ball go inside for ball 3. Emery right now just looking for a runner any which way they can get it. Anderson has become borderline unhittable. Has not given up a hit since the 3rd inning, where he gave up 2, and he'll sit Trigg down on another strikeout. That's number 11, matches the total he had last time these two teams faced. So we are through 5. All Canyon View in this one. The Falcons may have an opportunity to end this game in 6. They lead 10-1, due up when we return. Jaron Bradshaw, Price Atwood, and Zach Main. It's Emery High School Baseball on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Side-by-sides, four-wheelers, travel trailers, boats, and jet skis. All of your summer fun equipment needs insurance in case the unthinkable happens and they have to be replaced. But are you getting the best deal? It's time to call Dawn's Hometown Insurance for a free quote. Bundling your summer fun equipment with your auto and home insurance at Dawn's Hometown Insurance will help save you money. By calling Dawn's Hometown Insurance, you're ensuring that you get to work with a local agent that will work for you. Call Dawn at 637-3344 for your free quote.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
We go to the the top of the 6th inning, all Canyon View. They lead 10-1. Jaron Bradshaw, who led off the 5th inning, will lead off the 6th for the Falcons. And so far today, he's 1 for 2. He's got a single, a walk, and a strikeout looking. And he watches ball 1 go by off the outside corner as Trig Jensen remains the pitcher for Emery. He's gone 2/3 of an inning. He's given up 1 hit. He's got 1 strikeout as well. This time Trig goes inside, tried to jam up Bradshaw, who takes a step back, and now it's a 2-0 count.
Net for Emery, got some work to do. Got to get out of this inning. More importantly, you got to start hitting the ball. Only 3 hits and 1 run.
A lot of that, give credit to Brady Anderson, the pitcher for Canyon View. You know, you get to the state tournament, you think, okay, put the ball in play, make the opposing team make a play in the field, and Anderson has been almost unhittable, hasn't really had to rely on the defense too much tonight because he's got 11 strikeouts. And Trigg will issue his first walk of the ball game to the leadoff batter here in the 6th. Bradshaw will take his freebie, his second walk of the evening.
And that's been the problem for Emery. The walks tonight were Canyon View and Anderson. He's only got 1 walk.
Yeah, 1 walk, 6 for Emery. Plus a hit by a pitch, so you're looking at 7. Well, no, excuse me, there was a hit by a pitch for Canyon View. Emery's just had 6 walks in this game, but Canyon View capitalized on those walks early on, scoring 5 runs in the first 2 innings. Trigg tries to go off speed. This one floats off the side of the plate for ball 1. Bryce Atwood, he's the batter right now. He's got a walk and a single. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run. He did ground out in the 2nd inning. And he holds off on what's a called strike to even the count 1-1.
It's an important inning. You don't want to have to go to the bullpen if you're Emery and burn another pitcher.
No.
So you've got to get out of this inning, and you've got to do it quick.
And you hope to create a little bit of momentum here in the final 2 innings, even if you don't complete the comeback. We've talked about how contagious hitting can be. And tomorrow we're going to see, barring a comeback, and you don't want to write the story on this one just yet, we'll see a rematch with the Morgan Trojans. And Morgan had to really fight to get past North St. Pete, but here's where it differs. Morgan is in no different situation pitching going into tomorrow than Emery is. They haven't had to play an extra game as of yet, right? And so it's all equal for those teams. So you just start looking at who's got the deeper rotation. 3-1, and there's a strike to make the count. Oh, no, we had a scoreboard reset. 2 strikes right now on the batter at the plate. That's Bryce Atwood. No one down. Here comes the pitch, swing, and he'll put this one into left field. It's handled by Nielsen for out number 1. So Trigg right now pitching to contact, and you'll take that. Atwood with a pop out. He's now 1 for 3 on the evening.
Just a little looper out to the left field, and all he has to do is take 2 steps in, make the catch for the first out.
So tomorrow, no team is going. Now, Canyon View gains the upper edge, where they're only going to have to play 1 game tomorrow if they win this game. Whoever comes out of that 1-loss game is going to be a game back of Canyon View, and that's when you start to see that pitching really play a factor. Being 1 game behind a team is a huge deal in this format. Falling into the 1-loss bracket, day 1 here at Utah Valley can be a huge deal. Day 2 is doable. Ideally, if you're going to take a loss, you want it to be on day 3. Strike called, throw down to first, not in time. It's an 0-2 count right now for Zach Main, who's 1 for 3. He had a single in the 1st inning. He's grounded out his last 2 plate appearances in the 3rd and the 5th. He's 1 for 3 on the evening. And now the count is 0-2 with 1 down, 1 runner aboard for the Falcons. Trig Jensen remains the pitcher. Off speed, able to get a piece of it on a late swing is Main. He sends it down the 3rd base line. Should say he was a tad bit early on it, as that ball had some late break from Trigg. Oh, 2 count. Nice lead for Bradshaw over at 3rd, and an inside pitch makes contact, and there's the first hit by a pitch in this ball game. So Trigg will issue another runner.
I just lost control of that pitch and plunked him up on the back.
So now Chandler McClellan will come in. He's grounded into a double play in the first inning. He had a ground out on the third. He did, however, come back with a bunt, which resulted in an RBI and a single. So he is sitting at 1 for 3. He also scored a run in the fifth inning. 1 down, 5-0. First pitch, it's off speed, and Trigg misses out of the zone. Not the outing you were hoping for if you're Emery, but again, double elimination format. Regardless of the outcome of this game, it's not over yet. You still have a chance to come back strong tomorrow. Double still, Canyon View will try to pull it off. Throw down to third base, and it was in time, but a brilliant piece of running by Bradshaw. The slide was shy of third base, and he was able to hop up and get around the tag, and so Canyon View pulls off the double steal. How about that?
Aggressive, pull it off. Looked like he was hosed down at third, and you can't get the tag down.
So now 2 runners in scoring position for McClellan, who is a ground ball hitter, but now the double play has been taken out of the equation with 1 out.
Everybody pinches in now to cut the play down at the plate on a ground ball if they're running on contact.
There's a ground ball, and it gets past Christiansen and will work its way into right center field, and that scores 2 runs for Canyon View. McClellan will slide in head first safely to second base, and now the score is 12-1.
As a result, if you play him in a hard-hit ground ball, you've got to be ready for the ball. He doesn't get in front of it. He plays it off to the side just a little bit, and it squirts through, goes into the outfield grass. 2 runs score. You're down 11 runs now, 12-1.
They rule that E4.
That should be in there.
I would agree. But I think you pegged it perfectly. Not all errors are created equally, and as Hayden has to play in to try to prevent the run, a hard-hit ball is a little bit difficult to track at second base.
You've just got to play in front of the ball.
Yep.
I know that's going to take that hop, and it's going to hit up on your wrist or your chest.
Yep.
But it's better to knock it down with your chest than to play to the side. You have no chance if you're playing to the side and trying to olay it.
So still without a hit in this inning, and right as I say that, there's a single getting out into center field. And now runners at the corners. That was Jake Thomas, the catcher. He's got his second hit of the evening. He is now 1 for 3 with a second consecutive single. So we had a walk, a pop out, a hit by a pitch, and then an E4 before Thomas is able to single out to center field. Isn't scoring baseball fun? 12-1's the score in this one. 10 hits for Canyon View, 3 for Emery. Emery's also got 3 errors. Typically, when that hit-to-error differential is even or at least close to it, you're not winning many baseball games.
No, we talked about coming in this game defensively. They had to play almost perfect game, and they have 3 errors on the scoreboard. Those 3 errors have led to runs.
Coach Julian comes out. We'll see if we have another pitching change. 12-1 the score in this one. Top of the 6th inning. Mercy rule would be in effect if Emery cannot get within 9 runs. Canyon View has even earned that insurance run in that regard, looking for their 4th straight Mercy Rule win here at the state tournament. That's phenomenal when you think about it. And we will have a pitching change. So Hayden Christiansen will come in and hopefully work the final 2/3 of this frame. We'll give him some time to warm up. We'll send it back to the studio, and in 60 seconds, we'll return. All Canyon View, top of the 6th inning of this one. It's 12-1. Falcons in control. And Hayden Christiansen to finish out this inning when we return.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
Spring is the season of fresh beginnings. This spring, let that new beginning be a new home.
Hi, this is Greg from the Driggs Mortgage Team. My team and I are ready to guide you on this exciting journey, offering tailored financing solutions crafted with you in mind. Experience seamless service and personalized care because there's no substitute for experience. Call us today at 801-427-3577. Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
You're listening to Emery High School Baseball on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Hayden Christiansen coming in. That'll be the fourth pitcher of the evening for Emery. We've seen Garrett Conover, Trevin Gilbert, Trig Jensen, and now Hayden Christiansen. So some moves in the field as well for Emery. Trig's going to work his way over to second. Hayden Sitrid will stay put at short. So just a swap in spots between Trig and Hayden. Runners at the corners for Canyon View. One down, top of the sixth inning. Falcons lead 12-1 in this tournament game. And on the very first pitch, it's a pop-up into foul territory, but Trevin Gilbert is there to corral it for the second out. Cannon Williams on that pop-out sends it back to the top of the lineup, which is Trenton Ludlow, and he'll have an RBI opportunity with a runner in scoring position and two down.
Hit for Emery. Now you're trying to limit what you do pitching-wise in this game and save the arms for tomorrow.
Got to make sure you stay under that certain pitch count.
Yep.
Christiansen with a ball on the first pitch in this at-bat. 2 runs have been plated in this inning. Still only 1 hit for Canyon View. A couple of walks. We talked about the E. And then the pop-out just a moment ago. Hayden works the zone. Counts now even at 1-1. 2 down here in the top of the sixth inning. Trent Ludlow, 2 for 4 so far. He's looking for another hit, and he's got one, and that will be an RBI single. Station-to-station baseball other than that. Give him his third hit, 3 for 5 with his second RBI.
Pitch goes right back up the middle where it came from, and an RBI, and it's 13-1.
That marks the second hit of the inning, the third run, and now 2 on base here for the Falcons. They have gathered 11 hits in this tilt. It's been impressive. But this is what they do when you take a look at the run total. They've been in the teens nearly every game. Their 4th game of the state tournament, they're back at it again. Impressive. They handed North St. Pete their first loss of the tournament yesterday. The Hawks dropped into the 1-loss game against Morgan, and they were dealt the knockout blow. So Morgan ending North St. Pete's season. The Hawks got here after sweeping the Carbon Dinos. That was a 8-9 matchup. I don't know if you can consider the 9 topping the 8 a huge upset. Right, those games are supposed to be even kill. They're supposed to be close, and North St. Pete eked out a couple of wins. Emery on the flip side, the 12 seed going up against the 5 seed of Manti and pulling off the sweep. That would constitute an upset.
Yeah, that 8-9's not so much, but I guess it depends on what community you live in.
It's true. Here's an 0-2 pitch, and out of the zone for a ball, makes it a 1-2 count.
North St. Pete's got Carbon's number, though, in the playoffs the last 2 years. So.
Yeah. They've sent them home in the Super Regionals. Here's a hard ground ball by Slack, hit to the shortstop. Abrams' throw over to Gilbert is in time for out number 3.
The deep throw in the pocket.
Tough play. That's what Hato does. Damage done once again. Make that the 4th inning that Canyon View has found home plate. They scored 3 runs. They do it off of 2 hits. They'll leave a couple of stranded, and they take advantage of an Emery error. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Spartans need 3 runs to keep this one going. Otherwise, the mercy rule will send Canyon View 1 step away from the state championship. It's 13-1 Falcons when we return on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Looking for a great meal? Juniper has you covered with delicious pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Juniper is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. Whether dining in or ordering out, Juniper makes it easy. Order through DoorDash for quick delivery straight to your door. From lunch to dinner, Juniper serves up flavorful meals the whole family will love. Stop by and see why Juniper is the perfect place for your next meal. Great food, great atmosphere every time. This is Dave.
And Ryan.
From Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen. On the big screen.
At the King Cole Theaters.
And action. Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better
on the big screen. Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning where it is now do or die for Emery. Anderson will remain on the mound, trying to go the complete way for Canyon View. He's got some of his stiffest tests right now as Hayden Citrid will step to the plate. He just made an outstanding play over at short. This kid is a ball player. He's been Mr. Consistent for Emery all season long across the board in multiple sports. Strike one, and now he's looking at ball one as Anderson puts it in the dirt.
Yeah, so far, Anderson, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts on 84 pitches. And 54 of those for strikes.
Well, Hado's only in his 3rd at-bat of the game. To put that in comparison, we just saw the number 2 hitter Asher Slack for Canyon View register his 5th at-bat. And now I believe we will see, I'm not sure what's going on here, a quick little mound visit. Looks like Anderson is going to stay in the game. But I think that Jake Thomas, the catcher, had that ball pop up and hit his hand, and in the cold weather, that's got to sting, especially coming from Anderson. Hard breaking ball into the ground, and it bounced off of Thomas's bare hand.
At 47 degrees currently.
Wind is picking up yet again.
At 5 miles an hour.
Looks like it's tilting towards left field, and Citrid will see ball 2 come by. So Hado's now worked the count 2-1. Again, in this game, he's 1 for 2. He had a sacrifice RBI in the 1st inning. He did have a single in the 3rd. That's the last time we saw him. It's been a little while. This time he gets a big piece, sends it into right field, and this one will head in foul territory. Definitely have the distance to be out. That right field wall is 312, about a 5-foot difference from the left field wall. We were checking the distance, 408 to center field. That's a deep center field compared to what we were used to with a high school game. We saw a couple of deep shots to center yesterday in the game against Morgan. They would have been out of here in most ballparks at the high school level, not the case here at UCCU ballpark in Orem. Ball in the dirt, counts now 3-2 for Citrid.
Anderson's faced 20 batters in the game. He's just done a great job.
He has been lights out, really stifling an Emery offense that has been putting up runs in bunches. 3-2 pitch to Abrams, goes high, fastball, and Hado swings and misses.
Strikeout number 12.
How impressive has Brady Anderson been? Hado's going to finish the game 1 for 3, more than likely, and Tice Larson will come to the box. Larson 0 for 1. He had a walk in the 1st inning. He struck out in the 3rd. So again, this middle of the lineup, we just haven't seen a lot of. After that 3rd inning, the last time we saw him, it was a 1-2-3 4th. It was a 1-2-3 5th. And that brings us here to the 6th inning. 0-1 start as Larson has strike 1 called. Anderson is a mere 2 outs away from a complete game. Larson swings. That one was in the dirt, but he's fooled by the breaking ball, and he finds himself down 0-2.
And that's been the story all night for Anderson. Been ahead in counts.
Yep.
Got the hitters off balance.
Yep.
Doesn't walk anybody. And his offense picked him up, and they've got 13 runs.
0-2 count to Larson. Goes to the fastball. Tice gets a piece of it, sends it foul down first base line into the right field area towards the bullpen. It'll bounce on the rocks. We'll go 0-2 all over again. Emery plated a run early. Bo Stilson had a leadoff triple, and that was unfamiliar territory for Anderson. It was been stone cold all season long. You wondered how he would respond. Well, he responded beautifully.
92 pitches now for Anderson. 1 out here in this inning.
Emery's had no more than 5 batters come to the plate in an individual inning. Larson, easy fly out into shallow center. When I say easy, I mean a soft hit into center. That one will drop for a single. And so Emery is going to have their first hit in quite some time on a single from Tice Larson. In fact, looking back on it, that is the first hit Emery has had since the 3rd inning. The last one came from Abrams on a single.
A little soft looper into center field, finds some grass, and you finally get a hit.
Emery would need 3 runs to keep this game going, and now Hayden Christiansen will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the evening. Back half of the lineup, it's not been good. The only batter from 5 on to reach for Emery has been Bronx Olson when he was hit by a pitch. That's how the back half of the lineup has struggled, where the back half has been deadly for Emery over the last 3 games. Canyon View has been able to stifle him today. Courtesy runner over at first base for the Spartans. Christiansen gets aggressive. He swings and misses for strike 1. Brett Griffin is the courtesy runner for Tice over at first. On deck is Trevin Gilbert.
Stilton's the only one that hasn't struck out tonight for Emery. That leadoff spot.
Amazing. There's a ground ball hit. Could be a double play. Toss over to second for out 1. Throw to first, not in time. Nearly had the 6-4-3 to end the game, but Hayden was able to run it out. Still damage done. We're down to the final out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Trevin Gilbert is the last chance to keep Emery's hopes alive for a little late rally.
Yeah, ball just took that 1 extra hop back where he has to plate on the hop, and he has his feet dug on the outfield grass. He shovels a second, no chance to turn 2.
Looking for a hit in this back half of the lineup. Christiansen 0 for 3, Gilbert 0 for 2, Olson 0 for 1, Conover and Nielsen both 0 for 2. That's been the back half of the lineup. Hayden with the lead over at first. Anderson delivers a pitch, a swing and a miss for Gilbert for strike 1.
Get ahead in the count. It's where he's been all night. And you're playing catch-up once he gets 0-1, 0-2.
And protecting the plate with the movement that he's had on the curveball working inside has been nearly impossible. You've got to give Canyon View a ton of credit for the way they've approached this game, a reason why they are the number 1 team in the state. Swing and a miss for Gilbert. He's down 0-2.
Off speed.
You know, if you're Juab, though, you've got to be drooling at the mouth with the idea of getting Canyon View in the state championship, knowing that you won the region, yet you go into the state tournament as the number 2 seed, while Canyon View is number 1. You've got to want that matchup, right?
Of course they do.
And they were in a battle with Richfield, but pulled away late earlier today, so the Wildcats slip into the 1-loss bracket. 0-2 pitch. Gilbert gets a piece of it. Sends a soft ground ball over the first baseman, who gives it off to Anderson, and he touches first base. They say it's not in time, and then Christiansen overran second, and the throw down to second is in time for the 3rd out. So Trev actually beat that run out over at first. Canyon View wasn't happy about it.
That's the makeup call at second.
I thought that maybe he was out. I
thought he was out at first, and then I thought he was safe at second, but regardless, the game's over.
So a little bit of weirdness to end the game. Nonetheless, it was a dominating performance from Canyon View. Technically, that registers as a hit for Trevin Gilbert, but it's all for naught. He'll finish the night 1 for 3, and the big number in this one is the final score. Canyon View 13, Emery 1. We'll send this one back to the studio and come back for the post-game wrap-up brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Step up to the plate with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Just like baseball, managing finances is all about making smart plays. Whether you're aiming for a home run with a new home loan or stealing second with unbeatable auto loan rates, our team is here to coach you through every financial inning. Slide into our branch today and let's hit a financial grand slam together. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, where everyone gets VIP treatment.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Bill Hicks, owner of Farlenos. I've got some exciting news. Spring hours are here. Monday through Thursday, we'll be here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 9 p.m. And for those lazy Sundays, we'll be serving up your favorites from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or enjoying a relaxing meal, Farlenos is a place where the locals eat. And we can't wait to see you more often. Come on down and let us treat you to something special.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle, but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
We still believe in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law is committed to making sure your rights are protected and seek for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. We've helped countless clients get through their legal troubles, so if you or a loved one feel that you have no one to turn to, you do. Oliver Law in Price. Everyone deserves a great defense attorney. 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects or already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. Whether it's fixing up your home, building a new home, or other projects on your to-do list, we are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come in and see us at 82 West Main Street in Price.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Let's hear what parents and patients are saying about Price Pediatric Dental.
We love Dr. Bott. His staff gives the children their full attention. They make sure my kids are comfortable the entire time.
Dr. Lund is so nice. I like getting a new toothbrush and toothpaste every time I go.
Both Dr. Markham and Dr. Lund have been so amazing with both of my boys. We wouldn't go anywhere else.
Call 637-9590 to schedule your child's appointment today at Price Pediatric Dental.
Can I afford a home?
How do I price and list my home?
Do I get pre-qualified?
Do I do an open house?
Does the realtor work for the buyer or the seller?
How do I show my home?
You have questions? Quick Realty has the answers. The only local realtor that uses a 3D camera and does complimentary virtual tours for every client. Quick Realtors are professional and experienced, and a premier agent on Zillow and specialist on Realtor.com. East Main Street Price and at BeQuickRealty.com. Facebook and Instagram. Call 613-HOME. 613-4663.
Emory High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Final score this evening, 13-1. Canyon View gets the win over the Emery Spartans, and that drops Emory into an elimination game tomorrow as they will square off now with the Morgan Trojans, a rematch from a game that we saw last night. So the Trojans will have the opportunity to right their wrong against the number 12-seeded Spartans, but Emory will have a little bit of work to do. It's not going to be easy to top Morgan for the second time, and you hope that you can recover from tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick turnaround. Get a late start here tonight. Game goes a little bit long. Now you have a day game tomorrow. We'll see what the pitching situation's like. You'd like to stay in that winner's bracket, but you ran into a buzzsaw tonight. Anderson was great on the mound, and the Canyon View bats woke up late in that game, and they, just battled through a bunch of different situations at Emory, pitching-wise, just couldn't keep Canyon View off the base paths with the walks, and they end up losing the game 13-1.
Final score in this one here on the post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Again, you take a look at the way things went down in this game, and the Spartans had a little bit of success early on, but unfortunately they couldn't get anything moving.
No, they really couldn't. They couldn't establish enough on the base pads to make Anderson work. They let Anderson just work through. Emory did what they could at the plate. They just didn't pick the ball up, and Anderson got ahead in the counts. He didn't walk anybody but one guy, so he limits the walks, and he just struck out 12. You've got to cause some sort of chaos in the base paths, and they just couldn't do it.
We take a look at the final statistics in this game. Really, for Emory, the front of the lineup was the only group that really could gather any sort of production in this game. The back half, not the case.
No, that's the thing. You've got to, against Canyon View, everybody's 1 through 9. You've got to be hitting the ball defensively. You've got to be on point. 3 errors in the game. The 3 errors cost Emory a couple runs in the process. And we talked about Emory had to play clean defensively coming in, and they had to be almost perfect, and they were just a little bit sloppy defensively, and it showed, and they gave some runs up that they shouldn't have.
Had a few errors, and that proved to be costly. We are joined right now with a broadcast booth by Emory High School senior Jace Franson. We're going to talk to him about tonight's game and also what lies ahead for the Spartans. Jace, thanks for taking the time to come up. It's great to see you again.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
And typically we're talking after basketball. Now we're talking after baseball. Tough game. We knew that Canyon View, we know they're elite. We've seen them twice in the regular season. Had a great start to it. Unfortunately, some stellar pitching by the Falcons really kept this offense off balance. From the dugout, what did you see that made it so difficult to kind of attack this stellar pitching performance from Brady Anderson tonight?
Yeah, he was pitching good. I think we were just a little bit behind the ball. I know we've been hitting the ball really good lately, and I don't know. I feel like if we played again, we'd hit good.
You might get another crack at this team. The season is not yet over. What did Coach Julian tell you guys after the game?
Yeah, this didn't change anything from our goal. Our goal is still a state championship. We still think we're the best team out here, and we're not the underdog to any team. So we still think we're gonna win.
Just kind of looking at the way things have gone, you mentioned that the offense has been stellar, really, over the last 3 games. Last 4 games, because you had the breakout performance against North St. Pete. We had the 2 big games against Manti, the big game against Morgan. And then tonight, again, just a stellar performance. You see the lefty on the mound. How did that change things up? Looked like he was really working the off-speed inside, went to the curveball often, was really jamming up the right-handed hitters.
Yeah, it's just a different look. We're used to seeing right-handed pitchers, left hand. It's not necessarily speed or the off speed. It's just a different look, and just think we need to get used to it.
Top half of the lineup tonight was pretty good. Bo starts the game off with a triple. You think, okay, this offense is just firing on another level right now. Bo goes 2 of 3. Also, Hato, of course, he gets on. That's just what he does. And then we saw Tice get on as well. It's that back half of the lineup that did really struggle. But now you get this Morgan team that we saw once already. What stood out to you about this Morgan team that we saw just a night ago?
I still think they're a good team. They can't be overlooked. But I think we're gonna do the same thing we did last time, and I think we're just gonna steamroll them.
Well, that would be nice, right, to get into that 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. We were talking about how you've kind of been thrusted into a couple of different roles. It's fun to watch because you're the courtesy runner. We've seen you at the plate a few times. We've seen you pitch. You've kind of had to do a little bit of everything on this team. How has that been for you in your senior campaign, being called upon on a specific role, really?
Yeah, it's fun. You just know you always got to be ready. They might need you anywhere, so you just always got to be ready to go in and always have the right mindset, knowing I might be doing a different job each and every night. Why have you been so effective when you've gotten on base this year? What's the key? I just think being focused. As you need to read the ball in the dirt. I don't know, just being focused.
Do you like going in as a courtesy runner?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Gives you the ability to get creative on the bases, right?
Uh-huh.
And you've definitely done that. I think this is a gritty team. You guys come in as the 12th seed, and you've put together 3 impressive wins, sitting 3-1 in the state tournament. How is this team different from last year's team at this stage? I know there were a couple of seniors last year that played key roles, but we've seen some of those underclassmen really step up in key moments. How big was last year from a learning perspective?
Last year was big. I think we're a better team this year, but
yeah, maybe front to back, right? A little bit of a more maturity for sure, right? Out of this younger group. I think it's fun that every time you guys seem to peak at the right time, and we're seeing it again this year. And so you guys have to be back at it fairly early tomorrow, 1:30 start time, and so you got to get to bed early, right? We can't keep you here too long. What does tomorrow look like? Have you guys talked about that?
Yeah, we're ready for tomorrow.
Get to bed early, get to the field early.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. Well, Jace, I am going to let you go. I think we're the last ones here on the ballpark. I know your teammates are about to clear out the dugout. I do appreciate you coming up here and talking about tonight's game. We'll leave with this. Some final thoughts on what you guys have to do to get back on track tomorrow against Morgan and extend the season. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we need to come out firing. I think we need to have stay hot from offensively and have no errors, and that should be the keys to success for tomorrow.
It didn't have any errors last night, right? No. Errors were a factor today. They definitely were. Canyon View takes advantage of them, so I would agree with that. Important to score early. You think it's important for this team to score early?
It's really good to start off hot. I think we've done a really good job of catching fire at least late, and as the season gone on, we've done all right on that. But when we really start off early is really when we find success.
Jace, again, thank you for taking the time to come out. Best of luck tomorrow. Hopefully we extend this season, and we're talking about some baseball on Thursday. That would be fantastic. In the meantime, it's always fun to chat with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, Jace Franson taking out the time to join us here on the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame wrap-up show. We'll pause one more time, and we'll come back and put the final touches on tonight's broadcast when we return.
Step up to the plate with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Just like baseball, managing finances is all about making smart plays. Whether you're aiming for a home run with a new home loan or stealing second with unbeatable auto loan rates, our team is here to coach you through every financial inning. Slide into our branch today and let's hit a financial grand slam together. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union, where everyone gets VIP treatment.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Bill Hicks, owner of Farlano's. I've got some exciting news. Spring hours are here. Monday through Thursday, we'll be here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 9 p.m. And for those lazy Sundays, we'll be serving up your favorites from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite or enjoying a relaxing meal, Farlano's is a place where the locals eat. And we can't wait to see you more often. Come on down and let us treat you to something special.
How well do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
Emery High School baseball continues on the home of the Spartans.
News Talk 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Wrap this up here tonight. Emery falls to the Canyon View Falcons 13-1. Season's not done yet. Emery tomorrow, 1:30. They'll take on the Morgan Trojans with the season on the line. Now, if Emery gets a win, they would advance into the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night against this same Canyon View team. We are down to the final 3 teams in the upper half of the bracket the way this works. Travis, we hope for 2 games tomorrow, but it is do or die against Morgan at 1:30.
Yeah, do or die tomorrow. You got some work to do. Quick turnaround at 1:30 tomorrow against Morgan. You know, Morgan's going to be fired up trying to get revenge for what happened last night.
The final score in this one, 13-1. Emery falling in the hands of the number 1 seed Canyon View Falcons. We will be back at it tomorrow. Live coverage will begin about 15 minutes before the first pitch tomorrow afternoon. And again, if Emery can beat Morgan, they'll play again here in Orem at Utah Valley University at 7 p.m. A loss would bring the baseball season to a close. Final score again tonight, Canyon View 13, Emery 1. Full recap and write-up coming your way at CastleCountryRadio.com. For Travis Anderson, I'm Jordan Buscarini, and as always, go Spartans.
This is Eastern Utah's news and weather station, 107.3